Hey, it's D&D time. Last session, you guys... It was basically just the battle between you and this scourge being in the basement. The exact sort of taxonomy of it remains a mystery. However, Axel kind of alluded to it being something that the scourge created directly before it left, kind of like angels are to the goddess as that thing was to the scourge, I think was sort of the way it was compared. Having had a brief conversation with it, it sort of realized that its motives and existence were at cross purposes perhaps with yours, and decided that if it couldn't destroy everything, it may as well try and destroy you all. Doing battle with it, you guys kind of beat it down into its kind of like a recovery form, and then I think it was Caliban that finished it off with the candle dagger. Am I correct, or did someone else get the final hit? I can't quite recall now. Actually,
Pretty sure somebody else got the final hit.
I think the last shot may have even been.
Me and Caliban were like wombo comboing it a little bit with big sword and dagger.
Yeah. Either way, having destroyed it, you guys gathered up some pieces of its remains, found the item that you were sent here for, this stellar staff that Elias was after in the first place. And then when you told Sister Sympathy about what happened, she was quite thankful that this sort of like dark shadow underneath the astropath has been, destroyed. Offered to put you up for another night and cook a grand meal for you all. Over the course of, hanging around, looking into places, researching the giant and the astropath upstairs as the hours crawl forward, it slowly starts to darken outside in the terms that, like, storm clouds gather, it begins to rain. Those of you in the dormitory don't really hear the rain. You're in, like, inside a stone structure, and then inside that, there are, like, the secondary structures that they built to partitions. You're somewhat muffled from it. Uther, you up in the astropath, who's, like, looking at the rune work and stuff up there, it's, like, rain hammering against this big brass metal dome up above. At some point, some of the attendants come in, and you watch them retract the almost like big telescope apparatus of the astropath and close up the dome, because water suddenly starts just flooding in through the gap, the slit in the ceiling where the big telescopic apparatus slides through. So you watch them retract everything, turn this big wheel to shut the dome up. And in the end, you're stood in just this amplifier for the impact of raindrops on the roof. Uther's heavy cacophony of noise up there. Meanwhile, the brothers and sisters of the astropath busy themselves preparing a sort of larger, grander meal than they're used to. The smell of stewing goat, fresh herbs from the garden, cooked potatoes, baking bread, all these things that they can sort of grow for themselves, even up here in the mountains of Trismere. This land, despite being not as perfect for farming as a good portion of Trismere is, even up here on the mountain, it's more productive than places like Uther and Dafer. The mountains here grow way more food than huge sections of Dudacop produce. A lot of Dudacop's food comes from it being imported, and it comes from certain cave sections where mushrooms and other things are grown. But yeah, this one sort of monastery up here has a fair bit of supply behind it in terms of what it seems to be able to bring to bear when it wants to. And those of you that wandered around, especially Adhira in your ghost form, you would see that there are like supplies scrolled away down underneath the astropath for tons of meals and like brewed mead and things like that. So when you are finally called to the dining hall, where you had breakfast before has been... The tables have been expanded out so that there is a central table, there are 2 rows of chairs, and then to the left and right of those chairs are more tables. Food has been placed on the left and right tables, and then the central table is where everyone's plates are. So you sort of like turn around and get pieces of food off of one table and then turn back around and like eat it at the central table. You can see Sister Sympathy at one far end. Everest is there, as well as Brother Timney and Brother Cooper. All 4 of them are sort of arrayed at the end of the table. Caliban, a spot has been saved for you in particular. And then across from Caliban this time, not like at the end, there are some spots for the rest of you guys. So Caliban's like on his own next to Everest, and everyone else is arrayed on the other side next to Brother Cooper. At least that's where, you know, space has been left for you all as you head in. Is there anything anyone wants to do before they go, or anyone in particular they want to sit next to, or anything else as you are funneled into the hall?
Just for my quick imagination. So basically we have like a square of tables on the like outside boxing us in with all the food, and we are inside this box of tables with like our own rows of tables.
Yeah, that's right. So there's like a central table, and then it's flanked by 2 other tables, and the chairs are in between.
2 other tables.
Yes.
Okay. And the 2 other tables are where the food is.
Yes, so it's like our drawers and boxes, like that. And then the chairs themselves are like arrayed like this on either side. And then you have Sister Sympathy alone at the head of the table, and then it's like Everest and Caliban here, and then Timney and Cooper, and then the rest of the party on sort of the right-hand side there.
Sorry, I missed so the party is like...
Party's on the right?
Caliban, or are they...
Yeah, opposite Caliban, yeah.
Okay.
I just drew the diagram for the table reference, Atira. You don't need to move yourself into a box. You're okay being yourself
I'm so
unboxed.
big, I don't fit on a table. Adhira would find a spot to sit on the right side a little bit away from Caliban, but more notably away from Everest.
Mm-hmm.
Not directly next to Cooper, but close.
Towards Cooper would be closer to Everest, rather as if you were further
like
away.
away from Cooper. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
But on his side.
Yes. I understand. Okay, you sit somewhat far. I think Axel will sit beside you, rather having you guys as the sort of the focus at the more of the head of the table. Everest smiles at you, Caliban, as you're approaching, and she says, "Is there a sort of drink one would prefer?"
Something sweet, please.
She nods, and she stands up and grabs this like big pewter pitcher that she pours sort of sweet smelling, probably a mead, into a glass and puts that in front of you. I believe this is the sweetest drink we have.
Caliban takes a sip.
Yeah, it's a nice, sweet, honeyed mead, the kind of thing that would be made in a cloister like this. Some monks who want to have some sort of indulgence in their life.
Alright.
Gonna rot his teeth out.
I'll just make a constitution check against it.
Mm-hmm.
They'll just grow
I
back.
could tech tooth decay.
If you could give me a Constitution saving throw, that would be great.
Oh no.
You literally asked for it.
15. Okay. Yeah, it's a heady liquid. It's probably closer to a honey liqueur than an actual mead, Caliban, as you drink into it. It's like deceptively alcoholic. But you're doing okay. You feel some like warmth at your fingertips, shall we say, but obviously your physiology is adaptive. There is a sort of murmur and energy amongst the members of the astropath here. It's been, you can kind of tell it's been a long time since they had a meal like this. And obviously from their point of view, the only thing that's really changed is maybe the arrival of you guys as guests. So they're sort of like, there's a bit more curiosity towards you than before. Although it's definitely colored favorably by the fact that there is this, lavish meal that's been sort of prepared. As you guys finally, funnel in, take your seats, everything's settled, Sister Sympathy kind of finally stands up and she raises this, a goblet, almost like this proper golden goblet that has some iconography of the goddess running up the stem of the glass, and it kind of dips up over the rim and continues to go into the glass. So there's maybe an image that is upside down in the goblet itself. It's hard to tell from where you are. She stood up and she's holding this thing. She says, welcome, friends, old and new. There has been for some time discussion over opening the astropath up to those who have not felt the call. I have heard your concerns in both directions, and I have been torn myself. However, we eat today by the grace of the goddess, but we do so in the comfort and peace brought here by our guests. Many of you have suspected or felt that there was some dark presence that lurked in the deeper parts of this astropath, in this temple to the goddess, and it is true that this place has for a long time sealed away a darkness that I cannot describe. Well, no more will it haunt us. These warriors from afar have made it so that we will never have to worry again. And it is by the light of this friendship that I realize our doubts and fears are born out of ignorance, not wisdom. So, with this meal, and with thanks to our guests, I will announce that I plan on sending an emissary and letting the local lord know that this place is welcome to them. There is a murmur amongst people. The looks on faces seem, by and large, happy. There are some among, definitely some of the older individuals amongst the crowd who sort of, it's not like a frown of disapproval, but like a frown of coming to grips with a big change. Otherwise, she sits down, she looks over to the larger mass, not towards Caliban. She says, sorry to ambush you with our personal goings-on, but that was something I needed to announce to everyone, and it has been some time in the making. I hope it did not put you on the spot too much. Please, eat.
Dafer would nod and say, well, one second. Fear was directed at all of us, or just Caliban?
No, all of you, yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I'm very much looking forward to getting a taste of your cuisine. And then just digs in.
Yeah, Axel turns, grabs some stuff onto his plate, starts to eat. There are like bowls as well for the stew, and like big trays of roasted carrots and parsnips, huge piles of like cooked potato and things like that as well, all grown here. They only have goats, so I don't know if you can turn goat's milk into butter. I would probably say yes, and therefore there is probably some form of goat butter. I don't know if I can say that for sure or not, but it seems right.
Someone's definitely tried.
Someone's definitely...
Yeah, there is goat butter, so yeah.
Yeah, in which case there is butter made from goat's milk as well.
Literal beggars can't be choosers, so Adhira will quickly but quietly follow along with Dafer and fill her plate with the selection of food. She's quiet this evening, but maybe that's like a good thing.
Everest beside you, Caliban. Everest beside you, Caliban, as you sort of like get some food and start to eat, and she does as well, she says to you, I understand you are heading back tomorrow? This will be your last night at the temple?
I believe so.
I hope you don't find it rude, my asking, but I was hoping for a private conversation with you one last time before you left. However, I know the hour is already growing late. Would you be willing to talk with me? Obviously, after the meal, I wouldn't want to pull you away from all of this.
Of course, of course.
Thank you. Thank you for indulging me. Am I right in saying your family is of importance, shall we say? I detect in your voice and mannerism a degree of refinement.
We are indeed of the Empress City's nobility.
But do you matter?
That makes sense. Okay. And then she sort of takes that and resumes eating and drinking again. Brother Cooper catches your glance, Clara, and somewhere between like actually speaking and like whisper shouting over the sort of like din of other conversations, you can still hear him, says, the thing from my dreams, is that what Sister Sympathy spoke of?
I believe so. Matched your description at the very least.
It is odd. I can still remember it, but my memory is already... It's like it's fading or softening. It's hard to describe. Like someone has been shouting at me and the volume's been turned down, so it's actually easier to hear than it was when the volume was loud.
I understand. As far as I can tell, the creature that was plaguing you was searching for a way out. I can only assume it thought that by tormenting someone up above, that they'd be able to find it and release it. And I think it's probably a good thing that it didn't get that far.
don't know what madness would drive someone to head down there. I think even in my most fearful moments, I would have simply fled. But I guess, what do such creatures know of us? Thank you to you and yours for what you have done.
Of course. I'm glad we could help.
Sympathy looks over sort of I think just at the group in general, and says, I had some individuals I trust seal the space off still. I understand that there are remnants of the creatures still down there. Do you know if they are hazardous or not? These metal shards, some of which I believe, Uther, you extracted some. I saw you coming up with pieces of it. Is that right?
Yeah. I was taking some back to see if we could have it studied.
Understood. I guess in that sense you don't know anything about the material.
Would it follow, Hinder, the same pattern as other, like, the more basic enemies we fight, where you need to burn the corpse some?
I think in this case, give me an Arcana check, because this is very new ground for you, Uther. This is something that would probably need thinking.
Can I help you with that? Because as she addresses us in general, I would also be like, mine would be racing, or like, do we? What recommendations?
I will take the advantage.
Yes, yeah, Dayfra, you can definitely help. 19.
Star would be 4.
So 21 total. Uther, it's hard to know the exact effects this material might have. However, we have seen that, like, the resting places of angels, angelariums, crysthalm, like, every material you've come across has been able to imbue some kind of magical property when, like, applied in some way. It's hard to imagine this stuff isn't the same, right, Uther?
However, the real question is, though, would the corpse have more of an effect than the actively living creature below them?
Yeah, I guess you can imagine that there is a way to misuse this material. Like, Uther, I think that's probably the first. Like, there must be some way that you could, use it to make a dangerous weapon or something like that. But in of itself, it should be just a magical material like any other. You were onto something with, like, you could probably burn it and, like, mass forge it and then bury it or something like that, because the crystal, like, the way of getting rid of the miasmic material is it gets burned and then shipped, and it gets shipped over to where there's a marquee field to eventually eliminate it. That's the only way of getting rid of the material, full stop. So it's very unlikely that these people out here can actually, like, purge the space of what is down there. They could make it more manageable, maybe. That's sort of what you're able to come up with, like, on the spot as that question is asked, and having probably thought about it for a while today.
I think I would respond with lesser creatures of the Destroyer tend to be burnt to make the remains less hazardous to the surrounding area. I am unsure if the remains would be more or less hazardous than the actual living creature itself. If the research into the material does turn up that it would be more dangerous left alone than not, then I would definitely petition someone to come up here and transport it out.
Everest looks at you from across the table, Uther, and says, perhaps if we have if we have the pieces harvested and put in a single location, somewhere safely locked away, would that be wise?
Seems sensible. As per any potentially hazardous material, I wouldn't recommend direct contact.
We
I'd
have
say as an interim.
We have tongs that are used for simple blacksmithing and the mending of fences, and there is the vault in which the material could be placed. Does that seem... I think that's the most secure location we have.
I'm just going to side glance at Axel, see what he thinks.
Axel...
He'll offer any input on
Axel will say, I think it's better than leaving it underneath a pile of just boarding up the floor or however you would do it. If you are planning on burning it to fuse it, you should do so in the morning before we leave. At the very least, we should be present in case something goes wrong. Sympathy nods and says, in which case I will have the pieces moved to the vaults. And then, if you would be willing, we'll, with your assistance, we will try and do this burning that you described for the lesser creatures of the Destroyer. Hopefully that will make it safer for everyone.
Adira has been on this woman like a hawk. Very distrustful. And obviously she's not looking at me and I'm not looking at her. But I'm just listening to every word, waiting until I feel something that feels like an ulterior motive.
You can give me an insight check, of course.
Okay.
Your distaste for her and the fact that you are, like, unwilling to try and get into any sort of direct contact, you know, you don't want her to speak to you, makes it hard to hear. Her voice is very even and level and friendly, and you're somewhat used to that. Without really looking at her in this moment, Adira, those sentences wash over you without you really being able to tell anything about her. Beyond, you know, what you feel you know. Everest.
Sympathy's alright. Sympathy's great. Let's take her home with us.
That would leave them in the care of Everest. The evening starts to, you know, peter on. A few people leave the meal early from, like, drips and drabs from the table. People head out to do bits and pieces they need to do. Everest walks over to a group of people and tells them about this task that needs to be done. Meanwhile, Sympathy kind of, you know, continues to speak with you. She starts asking questions about Empress City, having heard of it but never been, and, like, she's trying to wrap her head around the sense of scale of all that. She's from, like, northern Trismere, where, you know, it's like a farming village where people with strange vehicles come by every now and then to collect things, but she's never seen where it all rolls into eventually. Yeah, I think the only thing, like, Everest would come over to you, Caliban, and whisper in your ear that she'll be in the main hall, like the main cathedral hall, and if you would join her at some point for a walk and a talk, she would be appreciative. And then she heads out with some of the other people. You know, there's still, like, 20% of the people of the astropath in here by the time most others have sort of, like, petered out and left. Axel looks at Sympathy and says, this plan of yours to allow outsiders in, what is it that you... Do you wish to just offer them to see what is here? Sympathy nods and says, we have operated under the idea that some might not understand or appreciate what is being done here. I think it is fear of judgment that has caused us to isolate ourselves as much as possible. And I think that fear is... I think it is a weakness for us rather than a strength. You can see Axel sits back and thinks about it for a little bit and says, I was skeptical of this place. The idea of people giving their life towards this... excuse me, but it's a bit of a long shot. It seems unlikely that this will succeed, but I can appreciate the hope behind it.
The rumors did sound a little culty.
She smiles and gives a soft chuckle and just says, I cannot claim to understand the minds of the Wanderers either. Some people come here ready to explore the stars, and the rest of us are simply left to tend. I could right now head out to the hall, sit, close my eyes, cross my legs, and live the rest of my life in the vastness of whatever it is up there. But frankly, the idea terrifies me. I cannot imagine wanting that for myself. Go on.
It is the kind of change, I guess, of a sort of finality, I guess.
I wonder if they know how long they've been up there. I have many questions, so I should not judge others for having the same questions as me and simply not being under the circumstance of feeling compelled to be here. That is what I have grappled with for many years. But the hour draws late. I should retire to my room. Feel free to enjoy whatever food and drink you wish, and I'll even allow you to take a plate back to the room if you wish. I'll see you in the morning. And she stands up, kind of smooths out her clothes, hands the goblet to one of the brothers nearby, who heads off with it, and then she leaves the room with him, leaving you guys pretty much alone in here. There's a few people in here starting to clean up bits and pieces, but it's just you guys at the head of the table now. Axel looks at you and says, are you ready for a hike back down the mountain tomorrow morning? Eager to be back in the city?
I wouldn't go that far.
I'm
I miss my room.
looking forward to experimenting a bit. I got some nice ideas, particularly around stability.
Too long
My whole
from...
body hurts. I'm not looking forward to a hike of any kind.
I am feeling the pain from that last fight as well. But the beds here are comfortable, so one last comfy sleep before we get back to tents and hiking will be nice. Although, I see... I'm sorry we're not able to head further north, Clara. I understand that you probably wish to see more of the trees from home.
I think we should move one thing at a time. After seeing how people responded to the not quite trees from my sound, I don't think you could handle the real ones all on one trip.
There's like a
not-
slow head turn from Adhira, not saying anything, but it's the indignation of I am being talked about, and I don't appreciate this truthful slander.
I had
Maybe after a little bit more gardening, Spider Monkey.
quite enough of the
Oh,
inhabitants
that is-
of the smaller trees. I'm not that interested in figuring out what the hell you have between the larger ones.
I think
I
Dafer.
bounced my ball off one end of the.
I think Dafer would lose his mind over the crucible in your home city, Clara. I think Dafer would
Yeah, I
have
think
so
so.
much like, what the fuck?
I don't even know what the cruise is.
Exactly, yeah, it's crazy. It's so funny to imagine.
Good, let's maintain the
The T and
At what
that
point
V
you
is
just start
capitalized.
building in the trees?
The crucible was the thing of like so like
From the
Guide
flashback
Dafer
with
trees
the tree with the swords, yeah.
with the swords and trees. Yeah.
Um,
Axel look? Does he look okay, happy, content?
I need another insight check, please, Atira.
How drunk did Axel get?
This is in relation / concerning his...
Yes, his transformation from earlier. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. Okay, much better. I know him a lot
Don't you?
better than I do.
Axel's a fairly level person, right, Atira? His emotional range kind of stays between two bars in a sense. The biggest spike you've ever seen is him hitting Rudolph in the face, right? Like that was the like most lash out you've sort of seen. This is perhaps the most positive version of Axel you've seen. The ambient facial expression of his is usually like a very flat line of a mouth. There's the curve of a smile. There's a sort of relaxedness in his shoulders. There's the word I want to use is sort of like a hope, a sort of positive view for the future that's sort of seeping through every small movement and word that you're getting, Atira, from him this evening.
One semi-successful transformation, he's on top of the world.
Yeah.
Everything's coming up, Axel.
Basically, he has this small smile on his face.
Yeah.
And is relaxed, which by Axel's definition of like range of mood means he is
Ecstatic,
shouting
yeah.
from the rooftop.
Yeah, you got it. That's it. It has been, what, like 10, 15 years since he was last able to use his abilities in a capacity like that without being a risk to those around him.
What do we count the warehouse though?
You guys had to, like, he got knocked out by, like, the fiend, basically. The two of them fought each other to, like, it wasn't anything about him controlling it.
Okay. She is going to bask in his optimism for a little bit before putting down her utensils, clearing her throat, and saying, I'm going to go back to my room and check on Comson. I think it may have gotten damaged in a fight, and I need to do a little bit of maintenance. I'll see y'all soon. And she is going to get up and pass by Axel and give him a little pat on the shoulder as she walks out.
Kira,
Go on.
if you need to use your tools for to get some of the spinning mechanisms of or rotating mechanisms of Kamsin working again, if you need anything from my toolkit, please say so beforehand. Some of the stuff is fairly brittle, but I'm willing to lend it out.
She smiles. Sure thing, David.
Axel looks at you, Uther, and says, "Your weapon also suffered from the blood of that thing. Is it okay?"
Thankfully I struck through an echo, so...
Oh, that's right. Thank you for reminding me. He says, "Well,
The master copy of my sword is fine. I have no idea what changes it was making to the copy, though.
I mean, the shadow almost became real. I think
yes,
that was the thing.
that's right. Yeah, it's like that.
I don't know if I would know that's what was happening.
Your grip on control of it resting away from.
But yeah,
I
I think with that he'll
copy
just say,
into existence and let it fade out.
I'll just say, in the heat of the battle, I think I may have mistook you for the Echo. Well, I'm glad that the weapon is well.
That thing touched me exactly one time, and I decided I wanted no part of that.
It was unpleasantly... Adaptive isn't the right word. Transformative, perhaps.
On the topic of
Caliban
that,
adapts, that thing changes.
on the topic of that, Clara, how does it feel to be, I don't know, 5 things at once?
You know, I thought I was going to hate it. And trying to operate a bow when you think and one part of your body moves because it's an entirely different body now. Weird. Very weird. Kind of jarring. But also, being a badger is fun.
Axel just rubs his head.
That's still mostly just one conscience operating 5 bodies?
It kind of felt like, do they have marionettes where you come from?
Yeah, like, sometimes, I mean, the strings are sometimes hard to come by, but generally it's just, carving a little bit of wood, so fairly easy to make.
Yeah, it's like doing a one-man marionette show.
That sounds like it requires a lot of mental hands.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to say it went well, but in terms of, for the first time being 4 badgers, not that I intend to make a habit of it, I was able to operate my weaponry without actually killing one of my friends or myself. So I consider this a roaring success.
Would be 5 badgers again.
Yeah, I'd give it like a 7.
On that revelation, we should head back to our rooms.
I have concerns about the badger thing, but okay.
Well, as long as we don't find Clara digging through the dirt sometime at night looking for worms, I think we're okay. Badgers eat worms?
No point digging through the dirt for worms. You just stomp on the surface to mimic the rain and they come to you.
Yeah, see,
I'm not helping my case.
I was trying not to say I think she already digs for worms because I thought that would have been insulting, but here you go. So,
I would assume
I
she
just
knows
don't-
how to get them just to feed some sort of pet, maybe one of the slimes, maybe to catch fish. I don't know.
I was about to say, I think I would assume Clara's a fisher person. Maybe Clara fishes in her downtime, but I don't know.
I imagine Clara would have learned how
I
to
feel like
fish.
I have the patience, but I don't really live next to places people go fishing that much. Tree
you fish
fishing
at
isn't really a thing.
Tree fishing?
Yeah, but there's rivers.
Well,
Also,
yeah,
strictly
but
speaking,
I
you don't
didn't
really-
go fishing.
Also, strictly speaking, worms aren't necessarily the best bait. You can always go for peas or such.
I think you're ignoring the real
Catch you with
reason that I was
these.
stomping for worms, which was to put them in a worm farm.
Well,
How's the worm harvest this year?
The worm harvest is
Good.
always good, yeah.
It's compostable.
As I assume this is the conversation as you guys are like cleaning up stuff and like heading back to dormitories, unless anyone's got something they want to do before they head back.
I am going to walk most of the way back and then like excuse myself to go like to a washroom or something, and I'm going to sneak away on a mission.
Ooh. Okay.
Gonna go look for worms.
Not looking for worms.
If I have to sit here and narrate you eating worms at some point, I'm gonna be really mad. Clara, you sort of split off from the group, heading back. Caliban, are you heading back to room, or do you want to head straight to Everest, or?
Yeah, I'll head straight for Everest.
Okay. And then everyone else, are you just heading back to like work on weapon maintenance, Adhira? Everyone else heading to like relax for the evening? Is there anything people want to do that night before taking a short rest?
I think Dafer would spend like at least half an hour contemplating on what to make as a snack for tomorrow. And mostly just check like the runes on his gauntlet. Maybe add some additions or like of the inspiration during the fight, stuff that could make sense. Stuff to mostly stabilize the entire runic arrays, like to emphasize more this order aspect that they got going on, and so on.
Yeah, just working on some of the stuff you found here in the Astropath dome, basically, and seeing how you can implement it. Yep, makes sense to me. And then Adhira, you're looking at your weapon this evening, trying to...
Yeah, just a quick look over. Everything is still good.
Do you borrow some of Dafer's tools that evening?
Yeah.
Give me an Arcana check. You've got a +1 from Dafer's tools as well.
12.
So that's 12 total, yeah. You're able to, like, lock the weapon's shifting mechanism into a stable position. It's not going to fall apart when you hit something, but the rotary function on your, like, crystal, like, revolver, in a sense, right, Atira, is just completely, like, gummed up, broken. You're not going to be able to use that aspect of your weapon until you can get like a proper workbench, like on the train or something like that, Adhira. But otherwise, your weapon is functioning as far as you can get it to work.
He's gonna sigh and accept the misfortune before turning into bed early and getting as much sleep as one does before they wake themselves up at midnight.
And Uther, were you also similarly looking at some of the notes from the rune stuff that you've been recording today, or is there something else you wanted to do that evening before bed?
Yeah, I'll do a little rune review, but like I'm not working on anything major.
Okay. I think we'll do Caliban first, because you just have to walk out, and obviously Clara's gonna sneak away. You find Everest. She is kind of on her own in the middle of the room, a little bit lost in thought, looking out at some people tending to some of the wanderers. You can see on her face that she's, off in her own little world. But as you approach Caliban, her eyes swivel to you, and she goes from, like, the neutral face to the smiling face. And she says, thank you for joining me. Walk with me? And she starts taking steps towards the She starts walking towards like the big spiral up into the astropath dome that's been closed off at the moment, and she seems to be like idly heading in that direction as she talks. She says, it has become obvious to me that you are in some way half of noble blood and half somehow of the blood of an angel. Am I right in thinking that, Caliban?
I think about that for a second, given how the number of implications that have happened so far on the journey here, and I guess I can just give like a I could just give like a slow nod.
I find myself in awe. It is obvious to me that this creature below was dealt with by the hands of something divine. You are something divine. I have lived my life in hope of witnessing a miracle, and I just didn't realize it would come here in the form of a person.
I don't know what to say.
You have humility, you have strength, you have the blood of a highborn, you are everything I wish to follow. Everything I wish that was the leadership that I could see myself standing behind. As you start walking up the spiral stairs, she's got her hands behind her back. They've got those big sleeves, right? So her arms are tucked into each of the sleeves. That makes it look like just one big tube of fabric that's kind of connected behind her. She's walking up slightly ahead of you.
Calvin is sort of a little bit put off by the humility comment, but he just sort of gives a respectful bow.
The higher you get, the more the sound of the rain is echoing. So she speaks a little louder as she's going and says, you must feel called to leadership, being of noble birth. A duty towards it.
I believe it is something that I must uphold of my own. It is something that I've undertaken of my own free will, but I feel that whether it is of my own free will, it was, I suppose, the events that transpired of who I am,
and
who I was, and who I will be, would lead to leadership.
And you accept this purpose. I think that is good. It is good that you have come to terms with this destiny. But with such responsibility, I'm sure you feel pressure as well. I know that simply guiding some of the brothers and sisters here, I feel that pressure.
Well, you believe that I am half angel, but you must also consider that the human half is something that plays just as important of a role. Of course I feel pressure. It is natural.
It is natural for a person. The human half of you. You seem to think it's a strength when it's causing the weakness.
How do I put this? I would say the human part of myself is what grants me my humility.
Do you think such thing?
And that. Go ahead.
You can see her consider that for a moment. And she says, perhaps you're right. It is a trait that we prize. But I wonder if we prize it simply because it means we have conquered some part of ourselves that is weak. You have given me something to think about, Caliban.
I can only hope that you find what you're looking for.
Once you reach the top of the stairs and you're kind of more in the dome, she turns around and she looks at you and says, I already found what I'm looking for. I was looking for you.
I see.
I want to be of help to you. You have been given strength through this angelic connection. But you could have more. More power of something beyond what is mortal. Something beyond us. Don't you want strength to help you achieve all that I cannot begin to imagine, but you must aspire to much.
I aspire to what is asked of me, and what is asked of me is to lead.
So you will lead me?
He thinks about it for a moment. I'll lead who is required of me.
She takes her arms out from behind her back. It is at this point you realize, Caliban, they are a little bit longer than they were last time you saw her. She raises her hands and the sleeves fall back a little. And between her fingers, she is holding little shards of metal that you recognize from your fight earlier. Little pieces of an entity that have been harvested for storage seem to have found the way into her hands. And she looks at you, Caliban, and says, This could replace everything in you that's weak. You could be half angel, half of Scourge. Maybe through you, a balance could be found. But definitely, whatever you would become, I would be willing to follow.
Sure. How big is the shard of metal that I'm looking at?
She's so between each of her knuckles is like a thin splinter that's maybe 3 inches long. So she's got 4 of them in each hand.
What?
It hurts at first, Caliban, but it goes away quickly. You have to understand. The whispers from below. For a long time they have told me what I have always feared would be true. That I won't be here to see it. This astropath will fulfill its purpose one day. It's just that I would never be alive long enough to see it done. But now I can be there. And I know that if you do this with me, that this place will be safe, protected. The goddess will come back, and though I may have damned myself, I will be more damned knowing that I died before I got to see myself succeed.
What are you asking me? To take this into myself as of this moment?
She nods. I want you to replace the last piece of weakness you have, Caliban. You are so close to being perfect. This can finish. This can make you something more.
Okay, so before I consider anything, I'm gonna ask, out of character, within scriptures or religious belief of the goddess.
Yeah.
I'm going to presume that humanity stems from the goddess in some aspect.
You're close to
Spitting super heresy.
Yeah, so humanity was created by the goddess in the same way that, like, you could cast Awaken on a badger and it would become sentient. The goddess cast a spell of awakening so potent that it uplifted your whole species in a sense, right, Caliban?
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, the little voice of Shoulder Devil, stabbing yourself with Scourge Metal isn't that far off from what we're doing with shells. It's different, but not far off.
It is turbo heresy, though.
We're also a little bit of heretics.
Engaging
Just
with
a little bit.
Engaging in this would be seen as a very high form of heresy by anyone who is devout to the goddess. Absolutely.
I think, given my own physiology, I think if I injected myself, it would just straight up not work.
I'd proclaim
And I
you
feel
do
like
not
if I
know what
did-
you do not know what
He
you
has
will
a point.
become or what mindset you will have as whatever you will become.
Caliban, you know that you're adaptive. Whether it would completely be nullified by that, this is something of an equal order to an angel on the opposite side. So whatever boon you have from this angelic aspect would be equally matched by whatever these shards of metal do. It would be an equal, shall we say, conflict within yourself between these two things.
You could get Scourge ASMR.
Yes, it could also be that you suddenly turn into not Caliban.
Well, see, here's the thing. I'm being offered this choice for a reason.
Yes, because
The
you would be
the
the kind of
DM
person that might take it.
The DM meta-narratively is offering me this choice.
In a meta-narrative sense, you're definitely correct. I guess it depends. What does Caliban feel with her stood before you, offering you this? I guess.
Well, first and foremost, he feels peer pressured.
Mm-hmm.
Aww.
I mean, that's valid, I suppose.
Yeah, too bad. Just adapt.
But yeah, but on the other hand, I could adapt.
I do have a question.
Yeah, you can ask.
You mentioned Everest's arms were a bit more like uncanny and long.
Yes.
How much of a difference in length are we seeing through Caliban's eyes? Like
If
a foot longer, like half a foot.
If you would say that normally, like, your hands sort of hang down to your hips, a little bit past your hips, her fingertips reach her knees.
Okay. She's like the Guado from Final Fantasy X.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate, actually. Yes, she's very much Guado arms right now.
Look, I don't want to. I'm not trying to point fingers in any particular direction, but in the narrative of Final Fantasy X, shit didn't go very well for the Guado.
That's also true. The Guado didn't have a good time of it.
They were also a big fan of Turbo Heresy, and it didn't work very well for them.
They also enjoyed their half Guado.
It's just a Final Fantasy all the way down.
There's been so many games, it's hard not to make a Final Fantasy reference.
That is true.
I'll leave you to think about this for a bit. In the meantime, Clara, you snuck off to the washroom. Where were you heading? What was your mission that you had set yourself?
I'm going to sneak around and double back, because I would like to go and see the Angelarium.
Yeah. Give me a stealth check. It's not a hard one. You're mostly, avoiding people that aren't the most observant. Yeah. You head outside. There are the two statues, both of which have been instructed not to be hostile towards you, Clara. As you get closer, you see no signs of activation from them. Yeah, two big statues. And the Angelarium itself is like a tombstone in a hollow space of the stomach. Oh god, what's the name of the alien from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? It's like a pink blob. Is it Kang or something like that? Krang. It's like, it's in that like stomach section. There's like a hollow space that like goes in there, and it's like embedded in there. So little like, it's a shrine. There are candles that are half burnt in there as well. And look, little offerings are sort of inside there that people have deposited. And you can smell that someone's burnt sage in there recently. So like after the fight, someone's come and like burnt some sage in offering or in a purification ritual, something. But yeah, that's what you see as you get closer, Clara. Anything in particular you'd like to do?
Yeah, go and stand in front of one of the statues. Hello?
There is a brief flare of energy. The statue that you stood in front of doesn't look up, but the one who's slightly further away does raise its head and turn its attention towards you, Clara.
Oh, she's gonna like incline her head like in a sort of very mediocre bow to the one she's in front of, and shuffle round to the other side.
Yeah, you approach the other.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
You get a nod of the head, however, it doesn't seem to vocalize anything, Clara.
Okay. I have a message. I don't know if you can do anything about it, but I'll feel better if I tell you, I suppose. I haven't prayed in a long time. I used to as a kid all the time. And then we lost my mother. And then we lost my brother. And I haven't prayed since. It's probably selfish of me to have assumed that my personal life is indicative of a higher power or anything, but I didn't quite understand how something that was purported to be so good could have been so cruel to me and to my family and to my people. So I don't know if you can hear me or if you're even there, and I don't know if you'd listen to one humble prayer, but if you can, and you do have the power to change things, can you show someone how? Because the world we have right now doesn't seem like the world that we're told you imagined. And I don't know how to fix it. I don't even know if it can be fixed. But a lot of people do things in the name of the goddess or her servants or the angels that don't seem very goddessly. And that includes me, I suppose. So, can you please look after all of my friends and make sure I don't befall another tragedy, please?
This stony-faced expression, worn by time, sort of gazes back at you, Clara. And as with every other time you've prayed in your life, there is no response.
That's what I thought. I'm sorry to have disturbed you. You can go back to resting now.
As you turn and start to walk away with the rain, this angel statue moves a little more, and you hear the sound of something being shifted, dirt or earth, and as you turn and look back, it has dug up and holds in its hand one of the flowers from a flower bed besides itself, perfectly sort of encapsulated and preserved, the dirt compacted by a stone fist into a clod that the flower sort of sticks out of. Appears to be some sort of a daisy kind of flower that seems to be more hardy for the mountaintops here, and it sort of holds it out towards you.
Oh. Thank you. Clara thinks for a second, and then I sort of bereft of another option, she's just gonna scoop up the flower and some of the soil in her hands.
And with that single offering of a gift from the statue, it returns to its inert form. Clara, give me an insight check.
My favorite. 27.
The message behind this offering seems more open-ended to you. You're not sure what exactly was meant by that. But what does catch your attention is that the other statue remained so passive through all of it. It seems to be not just not responding to you, Clara. As you look over at it, you notice that some of the stonework has crumbled under the rain. Whatever was preserving it seems to have fallen away slightly. It's beginning to break apart into nothing.
She can't quite figure out what that's supposed to mean, and the chances of her doing it by herself, minimal to none. So she's gonna, I suppose, scurry back and find something more reasonable to put this flower in other than her hands.
Yeah, absolutely. You head back to dormitories. We come back to you, Caliban. Everest stands before you, clearly changed by having done what she is offering to you at this point. The shards of metal kind of glinting in the light, the heavy sound of rain hitting the dome above. You guys are separated from everyone else. You are alone in this space. What does Caliban want to do?
How is it just like her hands, or is she like changing more and more?
Give me a perception check.
Well,
She's wearing some pretty big robes, Caliban. The only thing you can see is her her arms are definitely longer, and you think the hands have, like, inflated in size. She's got, like, you know, like how some people just have hands that are, like, big enough that it feels like they could, like, grab your whole head with? That seems to be what has happened to her hands. They're much bigger now.
what did you do?
That thing you killed has tormented me and others within the temple for a long time. It is only fitting that our revenge should be taking strength from its demise. It was wrong. You proved it wrong. And now, I have stolen from it everything that it used to make me weak and made myself strong with it. As she rolls up her sleeve some, you can see she's got fragments of this metal embedded, like pushed into the forearm area where all the veins kind of run down the front there. And you can see it's like a big mass under the skin, but it's began spreading out into like little capillaries of darkness that spread off from the points that it pushed in. She says, I'm stronger now. I can feel it. I can feel that time is no obstacle to me. And if it does that to me, simple person, then for you, I think that you would be something special. A product of two great beings.
How long has this happened to you?
Well, the order to retrieve the material was given somewhere in the middle of the meal, and then I went down and I put it in my arms, and then I came up and I've talked to you. So I guess a few minutes. But do not worry, it's not just us. There are others who I trust. They're undergoing the same thing as we speak. Caliban, please, you could unite the world. Bring us to a proper common purpose.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Caliban.
I need you. Humans need you.
What you ask is just strip away humanity. Strip away something that the goddess herself had uplifted.
I ask you to do that. You told me that you felt the call into leadership. This is it. This is your chance to be everything you would ever need it to be, and so much more. You want to lead? Together, I'll give you this world. And this time
I'm torn between two options. I'm torn between two options.
She opens her hand and lets the pins fall into like her palms at this point, and she reaches out towards you. Her hand, like her arm, extends out. She's further away than you would like her to be, considering her hand is now like right in front of your chest. There are these 10 metal pins. And she says, "This is the beginning. Your classmate took a larger piece. Why not try this? And if it works, there's more."
Correct me if I'm wrong, out of character.
Yeah.
Shells are parts of...
The miasmic.
Yeah. And what she's asking me is to inject myself with more miasmic.
It's a little... It's a little bit debated as to what exactly the miasmic are. They do believe it was it's like a corruption created by the scourge that corrupts nature is the commonly held belief, yeah. This stuff is a little purer. At the very least, Caliban, that's what you'd be able to say. This is closer to... Yeah, so Crysthalm is believed to be a creation of the goddess, whereas angels are also a creation of the goddess. If shells are like Crysthalm, these metal pins she's holding out are like angels. That's the difference.
And we're alone, right? Just the two of us.
Give me a perception check. You are not alone, Caliban. There are people hidden here listening. This whole time it's sort of been masked by the rainfall, but as the light in this room shifts a little, sometimes you see the edges of shadows of people hunched over. She has brought you here away from people who might hear towards people who already know what she was going to say. So, more accurately, Caliban, you're alone. She's not.
I have one more radiant effect. There, maybe. I'm still armed, am I?
You went to the meal, Caliban. Would you have taken your weapon to the meal? Because you came straight from the dinner hall.
I would have at least... I would have at least kept my dagger.
I think that's super fair.
Keep concealed.
Did you bring the candle dagger or just your usual dagger? Or both?
Didn't his weapon break as well? Or am I misremembering?
Yeah,
the tip, yeah. It's a short sword now.
Tip of Noblesse Oblige.
So I'm happy with you having your 2 daggers with you. That does make sense with me.
Uh-huh.
What do you want to do, Caliban?
I'm thinking right now.
Of course.
Okay.
Do you say that to her?
I look around. I look at where these supposed people are.
Yeah, there are 4 of them.
And I'm gonna activate my last proficiency at like the last proficiency point of my radiant effect.
What is the intent of activating this effect in this moment?
He's trying to like see if she's like intimidated in some sort of aspect. As he says, for the moment, I'll suppress my humanity. And I'll judge you. And I'll allow this angel form. Basically, I'm trying to say, I'll suppress my humanity and judge you as an angel.
Oh, you're like, I'm an emissary of the goddess in a sense, and this is my judgment of you in this moment. That's the kind of... You're like trying to scare her through her faith. Is that the...
Yeah, yes.
Yes, gotcha.
And I'm trying to see like... I'm trying to see how far the scourge is deep into her and whether the radiant effect will like actually affect her with his vicinity.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Roll20 is not playing ball and giving me her character sheet. I will make a wisdom save. I know what her wisdom is off the top of my head anyway. Everyone has a character sheet.
Does the goddess have a character sheet?
Everyone has a character sheet.
What's the goddess's
Oh
sleight of hand?
shit!
As your wings...
If there are numbers on that character sheet are the question.
As your wings come forth, the golden light emanates out. It is not fear or guilt or recompense you see here in her eyes, but it is greed and avarice. She looks at you like something that she so desperately wants. Her arm swings out and she hits this big, heavy lever. At this point, Clara, you walk into the main cathedral area, and everyone else, like all the people that are like attending around, look up in shock as a big, heavy door seals the dome shut from above. And there's like murmurs of confusion as they're like, why has the dome been sealed? And then you hear someone say, Everest went up there with Caliban. Off in the distance as people are talking about what's going on. Caliban, give me a strength saving throw.
Oh boy.
22. The other hand, so the hand without the pins in, reaches forward and grip, like it like wraps around your torso. So like the thumb is on one side of your ribs, the other 4 fingers are on the other, as her hand seems to get bigger instantly. She grabs you, and she starts trying to drag you towards a opening in the like big dome, as 4 individuals, one of which you recognize as Brother Cooper, spring forth from a hidden place. They have these black metal shards embedded in different parts of their bodies. Caliban, in this moment, what do you want to do? As it looks like they're about to dogpile on you, and it looks like they're trying to drag you outside into the rain.
I grab the candle dagger. What else could it do aside from the color spray?
It lights itself like a candle. So I don't know if that'd be too much use in this moment. You're just like, behold, fire! With like huge angel wings already blaring light everywhere.
I'm already like I have like the candle dagger like gripped, and I just like have it held out in front of me. Like, if take 1 step, and I'll make sure there's no afterlife for you.
There are 5 targets. Four of these like monks who've been corrupted, and Sister Everest. To whom do you? Because they don't stop. Who do you want to swing your knife at?
I'll swing the blade like into Everest's hand as she's like has him gripped.
Yeah, go ahead and make an attack roll. You watch as the metal shard under her skin flows, and in a like very nanite sun, like the metal coalesces at the point of your strike. Clink! So it like impacts into the metallic skin there without any harm. However, you do have a second attack. 16. I'm afraid that still doesn't break through as more metal emerges. Caliban, you feel 2 people grab your legs, 2 people grab your arms. Your arms are like wrenched behind your back. You're hoisted up onto your front, and Everest says, "Bring him outside."
Hold on, I still have my wings.
You feel her big hands grab your wings and wrench them back as pain sears in your shoulder. She says, "I think I found the perfect place to put these pins in." And you feel her like start to root through your feathers as you're being dragged outside. Clara, what would you like to do?
I'm going to...
Help!
Shut up! Let me help you! I waited patiently while you dicked around dying.
I was gonna take an action surge.
I'm gonna like sprint to the nearest person. Why would they close the dome? Where can you get out from if it's closed?
They think for a moment, it's like, well, it's usually done when we're doing roof repairs during the rain. I mean, there is a side door up there. They think for a moment, it's like, some of the towers have staircases that lead to the roof as well.
Okay, what's the quickest one from here?
Thinks for a moment, and then points to the right-hand side of the big main hall you're in, and says there's an old fortified tower with a bridge at the top of it. It heads onto the main roof.
Great, thanks. And I'm really sorry. Clara's gonna like open her hand slightly to let all the soil fall.
Yes.
We'll keep a hold of the flower. And I'm gonna start running towards it. I would like to use my telepathic communication with Cerberus to tell him to wake all of the others and basically to come to where I am.
Meanwhile, so in the dormitory area, with people like asleep, some people quietly working, Cerberus, who's been like mostly curled up at the moment, when suddenly eye opens, and just sits up. 2 roars and a screech from the head. Probably the most panicked you've seen Cerberus act. And he throws himself at the door, like just breaks through it, and then turns like the eagle head towards you guys and screeches again, looking like he's about to bolt somewhere.
Barris, what the? Come here. Like David just like grabbing the gauntlet he was just working on, slipping it on, running towards Barris to get him like.
As it looks like you're following, he runs off towards the main cathedral hall. Like, as it looks like, yeah, you're running towards him, he heads off. What would you all like to do?
No, you're supposed to. God damn it, you're making a man.
Groggily pulling myself out of the clutches of sleep. Dather and Cerberus bolting off. Mechanically, have I finished a short rest?
No, 8 hours.
Okay.
I would have shouted like,
Come on, guys! Like, I'm not catching him on my own. I'm not fast enough.
Yeah, Axel follows
The-
after.
The green mossy cover of Adhira's shell just sort of activates and cloaks her as she fumbles for her scythe and starts half running after them.
Is anyone not running after? I assume you all chase after Cerberus at this point, from those of you who are in the dorm area.
Yeah, grabbing my shit.
Okay. Caliban. You are out on the roof. Rain is pouring down. It's sliding down like gargoyles off the top of this space. You can see some of the towers and like parapets of this big cathedral-like astropath. The dome's all closed up behind you, but some light spills out. But the main light you have to work with is a crack of lightning, and you see on the towers ahead of you, where you're being dragged to, there are 4 or more of these monks watching from atop the towers, like silhouetted by the lightning. There are the individuals dragging you, and there's one more person waiting out here as well, as Everest's voice suddenly like booms out of her throat as loud as the lightning strike, and she says, "Bear witness to an ascension. I have found our god." And Caliban, it is your turn. You are restrained. You have one person on each limb, and you have an Everest holding your wings. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna try to kick out at someone.
Yeah, give me just an unarmed attack.
It's just a D20.
I think you're still proficient with unarmed, so it should be the same as basically the same as a dagger for you.
I'll just make a dagger
Yeah.
attack.
A 20 does hit one of these guys, yeah. I think the damage, if you're not proficient in unarmed fighting, is just your strength mod plus 1. What's your strength mod, Caliban?
A -1.
Okay, so it's a minimum of 1 at least. It's like desperate struggle, Caliban. You manage to twist your foot out of someone's grip and like kick. You hear a grunt, but also you hear, this is someone who's been reinforced by some esoteric material. This is normally a kick from someone like you would be enough to, if not incapacitate, kill someone. In this case, it does very little. That's one attack, Caliban. You still have.
Does it also do radiant damage?
You are right. It would still do your proficiency modifier radiant damage. Give me 1 second. So that's another 3 radiant on top. You hear, there's like that of energy. But there is a darkness that seems to counter-flare against it as 2 energies flash up against each other. It definitely hurt them more, but it wasn't like it didn't like instantly kill them or anything like that, Caliban, unfortunately, even with the desperate struggle. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
That seemed effective. I'm gonna keep trying.
One more kick. Same target or different one?
Well, just a different one.
21 hits. So that's another 4 points of damage. Managed to swing out an arm and like connect with an elbow as Everest says, "Endure the pain, brothers. It is for the betterment of all of us. Wear it with pride. Know that it proves your loyalty." Caliban, give me a Constitution saving throw. 12. You feel her nail at the back of your neck, like where your wings and your like spinal column join, so a little bit further down the back of your neck. And you feel her claw dig in, and you feel her start to open up your skin from behind. Give me 1 moment, please. Technically.
Oh,
Man.
fuck. This is planned. All of it! It was all planned.
This was planned.
She
in a
looks like a
wild
Dark Souls
state.
character.
Actually, I think
She has that Raya hunch.
Roach would recognize Sister Everest now that he can see her from a certain Bloodborne game. Actually, is where I took the art from.
A certain Bloodborne game, the only Bloodborne game.
They're all Bloodborne
Here's
games.
the kart racer.
It's not Souls-like, it's Blood-like. Clara, you are over here on this right-hand side here. This brown sort of... This brown tunnel thing here is something you can run along the inside of. So, like, this is the roof of the tunnel here. So you're sort of, like, inside this tunnel and then heading this way. And there, you can see out either side of each of these sections. So there's, like, little, like, archway windows, basically. No glass in them, though. Just holes to the outside. So you can see, like... these figures up on the towers here. They seem to be holding some kind of weapon, you think? Although it's hard to make out, like, at a glance. Would everyone please roll for initiative? And let's see if Roll20 lets me open some character sheets this time.
Where in the shit would I be at for the sake of
I'm just gonna put this here so I can click on my thing.
Yes, yeah. Please just put yourself somewhere off to, like, the side or something like that.
I'm gonna re-roll and set that to 5. Oh, that hurt.
I apologize. I will need to refresh just to get my Roll20 in order, so that's going to be a bit of a wait.
I should take alert.
Take my second
Or
roll.
whatever it is. I
Why?
need to represent this girl's speed.
My token did not pop up.
I think Roll20 is having a bit of a time this evening, because I can't get any of my character sheets to load either. And I'm currently hanging on refreshing right now, so...
I was about to say, should I refresh? And then you said that, and I'm like, no.
I have a Roll20
Never
host
mind.
error, which is fun to see. Let's try again.
Oh, boy.
Okay, that makes me want to bust out the network tab to see how are my HTTP requests going to Roll20.
This is a horrible cliffhanger for Caliban if this is where
Perfect,
Roll20 is like...
perfect
This
time.
if Roll20 is like, this is where we
For
finish.
Oh, did I forget to roll for initiative?
Yeah, it's... You're...
You still can. Try.
Yeah, let's see.
Okay, service responding. Why did it take so long?
Aha! I am back in
You know what?
Roll20.
I wonder if
an
there's like
inspiration.
another like
No.
Cloudflare like fuck up happening.
Well, it says Cloudflare's fine. It's like on the little, you know, where it gives you the warning screen where it's like tick tick
Yeah.
cross or tick cross cross. I'm actually getting a tick for Cloudflare still. It's Roll20's site itself that's giving me the.
Oh,
It did let me in, but I've got to join as a GM because of how I do my streaming setup, so I'll have to refresh one more successful time.
Are these guys friends?
I think the load balancer might be fucked. I'm not
I'm
sure.
looking at Down Detector, and there are almost 2,000 reports
Okay.
in just the last
Is that
15 minutes.
central? Can you see if that's the UK or is it somewhere like? Is it more?
I'm sure there is probably a way to see that. That's just showing United States. It's not
Gateway
showing.
timeout.
I'm sure if I give it another go, it'll let me in. Because it let me in the last time. Here we go.
I am not betting on that. I think their servers are like I think some
I'm sure everyone right
some
now
of the
is.
pods died.
I'm sure everyone right now is just refreshing aim like endlessly. So I'll give it some grace.
Something went down, and then everyone started DDoSing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you ask someone else, you're like,
servers failed.
because you always are like, hey, can you get into this? I can't get into this, and it's like, and I now realize how unhelpful that is.
But yeah, no, it like in the last 30 minutes, like every website to see if something is down is reporting a Roll20 outage.
Okay. Well,
let's see the Roll20 Twitter.
And it's funny because the one that I left up for the stream is still working fine. Like, I can see that Dayfro just put check in that box. It's just the one where I wanted to open the character sheets that was problematic.
It might just be that keep in mind that the servers that typically give you like the initial HTML files and so on, versus the servers that do all the HTTP requests in the sense of like that fetch data and so on.
Yeah, I'm sure that
those can be two very different servers.
It definitely.
The one.
It definitely seems like it is.
Don't need to do much.
Yeah, it definitely seems like it is.
So it might just be that the files hosting servers are, for some reason, utterly fucked right now.
Well,
nothing on Twitter.
I'll give it a little bit longer because it's still trying to load in for me right now.
Ow.
And, whoa, 1 hour ago, we already have 2 posts about Roll20 being down.
Let's see if I can adjust my camera while I'm doing this.
On Reddit, I mean.
Gotcha. So, Caliban, how do we feel about religious groups?
Get me out of here.
Get me out of here! Ooh.
But you are supposed to become their god.
I wish this could have happened under different circumstances, preferably in like a hallway of some sort.
You've got
after we're done with them, Dave, you're next.
An unhandled low-level error occurred. The application logs may have details. Ooh, I'm getting a debug message now. That's probably not a good development.
I mean, they have been aware for this issue now for 40 minutes, so I assume it can't be anything easy. Really hope
to see how many people have D&D at the same time I do. Perfect Reddit post.
That's funny. That's funny.
Someone 53 minutes ago made a Roll20 down post, and that was one of the comments. Just here to see who else has D&D at this time.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry to say it, but if it's dead,
we
then
might be stuck here.
This actually might be the cliffhanger that you need to think about for the next.
I would kill you.
I've got very little control over this. Oh, hang on. I'm in.
Oh.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Give me
Do not, under any circumstances, hit F5.
Right. Well, now the big question is, can I get a character sheet open?
What do I do to force my token to actually be in the turn order? Because
do you have a token on the map, Uther? Yeah, up here.
I have a token on the map, and I rolled, and I got a good roll, and I don't want to lose that roll.
Oh,
Just roll again
Remember
and
it.
replace the number.
I'm really sorry.
Remember a number.
It didn't load me
I'll
in.
roll it again.
It didn't load me in as the GM.
Oh no. Okay, that one loaded me in. So let's 23.1.
It didn't load me as the GM. I have to load it again, unfortunately.
Refresh again.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I'm so sorry.
He loaded as a player.
Yeah. because obviously
Okay, maybe it'll be
He
fine.
uploaded himself as a player.
because the last thing I do before we play is I reload as a player on the streaming screen, so that if I'm doing stuff in the background, it doesn't like it doesn't like immediately show up to whoever's watching the stream as to like what I'm manipulating on the back end, whether I'm building a battle map with random monks on it or not. So,
So
you don't need me for that
Roll20
anymore.
Roll20 changed something interesting. When I grab my token and drag, it automatically starts counting distance.
Yeah, you can turn that off
Yeah.
under the measurement tool if you want to.
I'm not upset about it.
No.
What I am upset about is when I try to do the right-click thing to change
Oh,
direction,
wrong.
it glitches hard.
Oh well.
Also
Oh my
fucking
god.
I've
wrong
refreshed
because
and it's loaded me.
Oh my god. I'm in as well.
We're not stuck on a cliffhanger.
There will be Caliban's death this session.
I see everyone's
I
down
rolled a
here in
24.
Discord, so-
Okay, I'm not messing token movement, for the token movement is fucking wrong.
Diagonals are probably borked.
Yeah, they are.
I rolled a 23. Does that? I know it's not a 24, but I mean, I'm happy with it.
Almost done.
I would like to actually take my other initiative roll, given how Sam is rolling.
I think that is all of my rolls done. Let me stack my sheets in a way.
Okay, so I gotta know. We're just dropping people, right? We're not worried about
We're killing Calvin,
appearances.
Caliban.
I mean, like,
Acceptable
you are
casualties.
asking me. You're asking me whether I give a shit about the people that just put one of my party members' life in danger.
They've definitely
I'm going to
got
be
some
real.
evil stuff going on.
There is a lot of prejudice going on in my corner.
Give me
Like-
1 second.
I mean, like, on Daver's end, like, if these had been normal people and not done anything to Caliban for some reason, like we had a disagreement or something, sure, I would not
Oh.
have been, like, too aggro. The moment they started pulling shit on Caliban was the moment they signed their death warrant. This is over.
I need Axel as well. There we go. That's the last thing that I was like, something's missing. Does anyone have any problem with the initiative order, as in, like, their character isn't on it for some reason, or anything like that? No, it looks good to me anyway.
It doesn't look good to me, it looks
know
fucking terrible.
that this is something is going on and Cerberus is moving with a haste that we have not seen before. Can I have my arms ready beforehand?
Are you...
Fight or climb up a wall.
Give me...
I can't climb up a wall. That's level 9.
So, what you're saying is, as Adhira, you see that Cerberus is acting in a way that is more hectic than usual. How long do your arms last? Is my question, Adhira.
10 minutes.
2 minutes. 10 minutes.
10.
Oh, in which case, yeah, absolutely. My concern was it was going to last like a minute. You were going to activate it as you ran out of that door, and I was going to be like, it ends when you get to the battlefield.
Sir, they last a hot minute.
Okay.
I could fight Tiamat.
Yeah,
and
that's
still
fine.
have these arms.
All right. Well, no, you'd be dead, but
You could die to Tiamat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. We have our initiative order. First of all, Caliban, I need a contested athletics check. Natural 20 on my end.
No, anything but that. Yep.
Caliban, you feel a hand on the back of your head. Your face is shoved down into the wet stonework. You're like on your knees, your back hunched over as you feel that searing hot of a nail cutting through your skin at the back of your body. Uther. You've always got bonus action to dash, right? Like you're able to.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think with
I'm just going to do the full rogue action, cunning action, dashing.
I'm gonna
movement.
put you here because you would be right where Cerberus is, and that is like heading into this tower to start climbing it. So you're maybe like a full turn away from being at the top, and then the next turn you'll probably be able to act, Uther.
Can I hear commotion is the question.
You can hear chanting, lightning, and rain from the rooftops coming down, echoing from the tower above. You've just reminded me. I forgot that I need to put in a layer round. Thank you very much for that.
Oh. I'm so happy I could remind you of the lair actions.
Give me 1 second.
Thank you for screwing us over, Luther.
Well, it's just the weather,
Yep.
so it might be as much a detriment to them as anyone else.
Why did it bring back temp HP? I don't have temp HP right now. I got brutalized.
Clara, up in this tower, there is a pretty heavy crosswind that begins to blow. It's like going from the east side of the battlefield to the west side of the battlefield. Any ranged based attack is going to have a hard time like making it through the heavy wind. That said, these guys at the top here are just chanting. This affected individual is going to move this way towards the main door, just in case anyone tries to come up through the dome. It is the turn of Sister Everest. I need... So, you failed one con save so far, Caliban. She is going to begin attempting to administer the pins in different parts of your body. This Constitution saving throw is perhaps one of the most important Constitution saving throws you've made this campaign. With that said, I'm going to have to ask you to make it, and I don't think there's much you can do to help yourself. 18. As the piece of metal nears your skin, you feel a shiver and a reaction from your body. As the piece of metal goes to pierce through the flesh, just like when you were trying to stab Sister Everest's hand, something about your skin hardens, and you hear her, there is a growl from her as she grits her teeth, and you feel the pressure of her trying to push through the heavy skin that is grown there. She is unable to at this point. The second attempt at saving throw, I don't think that's until 8.
No, it's Indomitable in general is just 9th level, it looks like.
9th level. You are still resisting Caliban. This guy is gonna stomp on your head. That would be a natural 20 because you are restrained and prone. You take 2 points of damage, Caliban, as your head is bludgeoned into the stonework. And the same thing will happen again from a different person. 23 this time, Caliban. I assume that hits. Is there anything you can do about it?
That also hits, no.
You take another 2 points of damage as you feel 2 boots, bam, bam, like try and kind of like knock you out or otherwise beat you into submission, into accepting this gift that is being bestowed upon you. Clara, I think from this angle you can just about make out, because of the glowing golden wings, you can see like Everest uplit, how much taller and longer her limbs are and how she's hunched over. You can tell that she's trying to do something to Caliban's wings or something like that. What do you want to do, Clara?
Okay, I know there's a crosswind, but I feel like I have to at least pretend to be a distraction. So I'm gonna line myself up. I'm gonna steady aim, and I do have the hand grip if I need it. I'll spend it anyway, just in case. It adds 4. Yeah,
Who
so
are
it makes it
you
16
shooting
to
at?
20. I'm shooting at Everest.
20 does hit.
Lovely. For 7, I think it's just 7 radiant. I don't know how sneak attack would work here, or if I get it.
Technically, Caliban isn't incapacitated. I think the fact that she's distracted by trying to put this pin in Caliban's neck means that sneak attack does make sense for me to be here. So that's 21 points of damage that does go through. You raise your weapon, fire the arrow out. It like curves in the wind, and it looks like it's about to sail past her. And the last second, you pulse the codex. It turns and embeds into like her lower back, which makes her straighten up a little as she like sucks in air through her lungs that makes the water ripples around her kind of like disperse. You know, like when a horse breathes really heavily in the rain, it sort of like pushes the rain out in different directions. There's like a huge burst of breath in air that kind of like pulls in and out all this water in the heavenly light of the wings. She's actually staggered by the radiant damage. I assume you'd like to give the team a point to Caliban, but if you'd like to give it to yourself, you certainly could.
I'm gonna keep it for now.
Yeah.
At least until I can, at least until he's like fighting fit a little bit more.
Yeah, I gotcha.
/ other people get
Who
here.
doesn't have any more point at this point?
Well, they end with the fight, I believe. So it would only be it would only be Clara who won at this point.
Resetting, got it.
Yeah. Are you happy where you are, Clara, or would you like to move closer? I'm good. You could easily get into this tower if you wanted to, because there's like an actual like lookout point there, I guess. But yeah, if you're happy there, that's fine.
Yeah. Weirdly, I want to. I think it's better that I remain in some sort of vision, so that she knows where to send the cronies.
Caliban, someone is here to help you. You can't see anything, and all you've got is like the throbbing pain of your head, the soaking wet. There's the crash of thunder, but you feel the pressure relent off of you a little, and the gasp of pain from Everest. Someone's done something. You're not completely alone in this moment, but you're still restrained by like 4 people basically right now. Caliban, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna keep like kicking out and attacking, just like with the intention of shoving them away.
Yeah, if you want to, you can make acrobatics check to try and twist out of some grips. Well, with like you like punch and like twist away. Otherwise, if you're just trying to like hurt them in order to dissuade them, you can deal the damage. It's up to you.
I'll see if I can slip out.
Yeah, give me an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics.
20 is pretty good. With the shock of pain, one of these individuals strain you kind of like lets go and looks around for threat. You're able to like twist your body out before they can properly get a grip again. However, you still have the 2 others and Everest herself. But you are a little bit more free. I'll mark the one you got free from with a green dot.
Is there anything else I can do?
Technically it counts as a modified attack, so if you wanted to do a second acrobatics check to get free from a second one, you could try.
Yeah, I'll try again.
22 is good. Even my natural 20 doesn't beat a 22 in a skill check, so it doesn't matter that they do the best they can. With the little bit of extra purchase from one arm that you have, Caliban, you're able to like reach over, force their grip into a good position. The unnatural strength doesn't matter as you pull your arm free from their thumb, and you manage to get both your hands free at this point. Is there anything more you want to do?
I'll take a bonus action to Second Wind.
Yeah.
Just to get some health back.
Yeah, you can.
Alright. 1d10 plus
6. 12 health back.
Okay.
Up on top of this tower here, Archer is going to turn their attention to you, Clara. From their hand, a tiny piece of metal expands out into a longbow that they will fire at you.
Excuse me, what?
14 in the crosswind, Clara. Does that hit or miss?
It misses by 1. So close.
Like literally goes through one window, but like next to you, one of these little holes, and like out the other side into the distance. Cerberus is running as quick as possible. I think Cerberus is in basically the same spot as Uther right now, so they're at the bottom of this tower.
Nice.
That would be them. Adhira, are you using a key point to dash or not?
I am not using a key point to dash. I would have just been using action dash.
Okay, so you're a little bit behind the others, but you're also at the bottom of the tower. That would be your whole turn to get there. Dave. Oh wait, Adhira, what's your base movement speed? I forgot about that part.
55.
55. Then I would say that you're with, like, either with or like it amongst the pack of people heading up. Dafer, I assume you've got no extra movement tech, just dashing.
I've got 40 feet of base move.
Yes,
Hello.
yes, you are fast as well. I think you're somewhere around here, and like Axel is here, but you guys are making your way up as quickly as you can.
I mean, so far, Dafer also isn't expecting anything too wild.
Just dashing though.
Maybe some altercations, but like, yeah.
Okay, this guy is going to go 30 feet. He's gonna move. I think he's gonna climb onto this, like, I don't know what the word for that would be. It's like a cross-braced column. It's like leaning up against
Buttress.
one of the. Is it a buttress? Is that what that is? It's one of those words I know, but I don't actually know what it relates to. In which case, he's climbing on top of the buttress. It looks like he's trying to head towards where Clara is. Axel's running.
It's that thing from Anne Orlando.
Yes, it is that thing from Anne Orlando.
Flying buttress.
Flying buttress, thank you. I will add that to the list of things I know. This guy over here that you broke free from looks at Everest and says, "It's the girl with red hair." She says, "I know that. Her arrow is in my ribs. Go get her." He looks across and says, I can't reach. She says, "You're not human anymore. Use it." And this guy needs to make a wisdom saving throw. DC is 12. He looks horrified for a second and then nods as his face breaks apart. His body falls apart into smaller pieces and then flows like a sort of like a river of parts and then reassembles itself over here, having essentially teleported 30 feet in a very slow and painful way. Uther.
Yes.
You are running up to the top of this tower, yeah?
Yep.
And you've got your bonus action to dash, so you've got a total of 90 feet of movement?
90 feet would be with action dash involved as well.
Okay, it would take you a full turn to get up behind Clara here, Uther.
I'll do it and ask for clarification on what the situation is.
Clara's like in the middle of re-knocking another arrow, and she points out of the window to where you can see like Caliban being wrestled to the ground. Can you see it?
Yeah, but that doesn't explain what the hell is happening.
It's at this
Don't
point.
give any more of an explanation, to be fair.
It's at this point, Uther, you watch as one of these monks, body parts, discrete body parts, assembles himself at the end of the corridor in front of you. His body stitching back together as he's groans in pain from each place not knotting into where it should be. And you can see the
Oh, that's horrifying.
as he stands at the end, and finally there's that final as his spinal column realigns itself in front of you.
Well, I hate that.
But that would...
I hate everything about this. Can we finish it sooner rather than later, please?
Next round.
I need to roll another d4. Caliban, your face is no longer pressed against the ground, which is good because the rain suddenly comes down in a harder measure. The spouts aren't able to pull away properly. The floor's really slippy around you, Caliban, and you can see that if your head was still pressed on the ground, you would be drowning in a few inches of rain that's gathering here on the stonework.
Oh man.
This guy is going to... I think, yeah, that's well within the range of a longbow. I will say that you've probably got some form of cover there, Clara, so I'm going to give you a +2 to AC as well.
Thank you kindly.
So 12 definitely misses.
Yeah, still good.
Another shot. 7 most certainly does as well then. This guy's gonna hold the door here. I think he's gonna take a preparatory action. He doesn't know if someone's gonna come up this way, so he's just protecting this spot. So I'm just gonna give... Actually, he's gonna hold his action to attack anyone who comes through that door there. Everest's turn. Everest is going to... first of all, sink her teeth into Caliban's neck. 15 versus AC, Caliban.
Excuse you?
I
15
assume
versus 8.
Assume that misses Caliban, but
It misses, yes.
okay. Her jaw distends like a serpent, but it's more like you ever watch the Mummy movie where he screams but his jaw stretches downwards? She does that. Her teeth get very thin and needly, and her teeth spark up against your shell barrier before she pulls her head back and once again takes one of these pins, this time not aiming for anywhere in particular. She just takes as much strength as she can and jams it into where your liver is, a liver shot down at the back, at your lower back, Caliban. I need a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Caliban, there is, as she said, a pain, and then it is gone. This guy up on this area here is going to fire a bow at Clara. 13 misses. This other guy... There's one more person holding Caliban in place, so I think this guy's going to make the wisdom save to try and teleport. Uh, 12 is the DC, so he does manage to teleport. As he will jump, disassemble and reassemble himself there. This guy... Oh, I think I messed up which one's which. I apologize, but I guess it doesn't technically make too much of a difference. This is the last one holding Caliban down. Clara.
Okay. Let's start gunning for some of these archers, I guess. So I'm gonna go this one on the tower that's closest to me first.
Yeah.
The wrong sheet. That's my bear. Nope.
Yeah, 7 through the rain. He kind of like ducks down behind this parapet and it flicks off of the stonework.
And I think I'm gonna shuffle like back into the tower and around the corner.
Gotcha.
I have a feeling someone's gonna try and run at us soon.
Yeah. Caliban, your position is a little better than it was before. However, you feel something going on in your body. You know, like when you're sick and you've got like a fever, you can feel your body heating up. There's cold rain against like your warm cheeks on your face. That's like just highlighting the fact that your body's like immune system is going into some sort of weird overdrive. What do you want to do? You've got one person holding like arms around your waist, kind of, basically, like pinning you that way, and then Everest has like one hand on one of your wings and the other one she's using for the pins.
I'm gonna see if I can break out from the last person.
Yeah, give me an acrobatics check. You pull and try and like twist your body, but they shift and they're able to use the rain slick ground to like slide around with your motion, and their whole purpose is just to cling to you right now, Caliban, so they manage to hold on.
Alright, I'm just gonna stab them instead.
Yeah, dagger. You've got your hands free, so you can stab at them now. I'm sorry to say, though, 13. Once again, your dagger hits this heavy metal protection of these infected individuals, Caliban.
Alright. Bonus action.
26, however, it does hit. That is 3 slashing, and you get the extra 3 radiant as well, right? So that's 6 damage total.
Yes.
Dagger like finds purchase in like the side of their head in a way that should kill someone, but in this case this person continues to cling hold of you, Caliban.
Oh boy. Okay, great.
Anything else you want to do on your turn?
That'll be all for me.
Okay. Up on the tower here, I think only Uther is really a target anymore, so they're going to fire a longbow at the shape of you, Uther. You've got +2 AC. Does an 18 hit, Uther?
That is right on my AC.
No disadvantage. The weather has changed. It's heavy rain now, Dafer. 4 points of damage, Uther, as it clashes off of your shell barrier.
Owie.
Cerberus arrives at the top of the tower, so it's like now like adjacent to you, basically, Clara, as they arrive at the end of their turn.
Hi, bestie.
Adhira, you will also reach the top of the tower this turn. If you want a bonus action dash, you can have your action when you reach the top.
No, I'm only at 1 spirit point left, so I
Okay.
save it.
In which case, you reach
So
the top.
I arrive like right here.
Yeah, you reach the top with everyone else. Dafer, you reach the top, but you're like a little bit further back in the tower. But that's your full turn. So you're somewhere like here, I think. This guy is going to make the wisdom save to try and get into the tunnel with the rest of his brothers. 4 fails as he like stands there on this flying buttress and like tries to summon the mental fortitude to tear himself into pieces to make the distance. He's just like unable to catch his breath and commit to the action, to the desire to want to do something like that. Axel will arrive at the top with Dafer. This guy is going to charge forward. I think he can only get to here, which gives you 5 feet. I think that's a 5-foot gap between you. Yeah, it's a little hard to see on this map, I'll admit. Is there anything he can do about that? No. Uther.
Boy, I really hate having this low of hit points. Wait a minute. Oh, he's fucked up. I'm going to draw my sword and hit this guy.
This guy ends his turn a little distance away from you, thinking he'll have to come closer to engage. I don't want to get pulled into a fight in a melee in that tower. And you pull out the longest sword he's ever fucking seen as you point it down the corridor. You're like, huh?
Oh. Oh no.
It's that moment of Dark Souls where it's like, oh, it's a humanoid enemy I gotta face. I mean, a health bar appears, like, oh.
Technically, it's your first strike on Jorg.
No, the health bar is not the scary part. Yes, it is.
So that hits, and you had advantage, so you get sneak.
Yep.
17 points of damage. Could not take another hit like that as you swing the blade down towards, like, you're being lethal, yeah, Uther. You're not holding back against this guy.
Yeah. No.
You swing the blade down, it bites into the neck, and it like severs through the clavicle, down through the 2 upper ribs, and like the head is one direction, the left arm is a different direction, and little strings of iron fibers hold the body together, like Spider-Man holding together the ship with webbing. It's like holding the structure of the body in piece.
I have a mechanical question that I probably should have written down forever ago, but...
What's the question?
Was it action or bonus action to fling the centipede at someone to grapple them?
I think it was a bonus action, because it takes... Is that an attunement slot one? I have like a vague... Or is that not an attunement slot one?
I don't remember. I don't remember if that's an attunement slot or not.
I'll say in this moment it's a bonus action, and we'll talk about it more at a different point.
All right, because we used it like once, and I've been using it for armor ever since, and I just wanted to clarify. So yeah, I'm going to fling the centipede at this guy to grapple him and tuck myself behind the corner.
He will try and dodge out of the way. Or it is like a contested check, yeah? I can't remember how it works myself now. It's been a while.
I would have to assume it is
Yeah.
a check of some flavor.
Does 12 beat your spell DC, I guess is my question.
No.
In which case,
Spell DC is a 13.
In which case, he is wrapped up and restrained, held in place by the centipede. Anything else on your turn, Uther?
Nope, I'm just ducking around the corner and staying out of the way, because I do not have the hit points to tank a lot of shots.
3. None of you are outside on top of anything. Lightning hits the top of several of these like pointed spires designed for drawing the lightning in. In fact, this guy here and this guy here need to make a dex save. I realize that I'm not rolling with their proficiency, but the 4 doesn't make a difference. So the one who failed takes 6 points of lightning damage as some of, like, not so much the lightning directly hits them, but it like surges through the metal work that they're perched on. They get shocked as the lightning kind of courses through and dissipates into the building. This guy, having seen that happen, is going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and like drop down a level to here. 6. There's no one for this person to shoot, but they're going to hold an action for if anyone pops their head out, they'll fire an arrow. This guy is still holding the door. It is Everest's turn again. She is going to... You feel both her hands on your wings now, Caliban, as she leans down, and you think she's about to bite you, and she says into your ear, "It's already begun. Just accept it now." And then she wraps her arms around you and begins to hug you. I need a strength saving throw. Her grip is incredibly strong. You feel your wings being pressed to you, but you're able, like, you feel your bone structure doing its best to adjust. At the same time, I need a Constitution saving throw.
Alrighty, 1 sec.
14. There is a struggle within yourself between two things you do not understand, and right now, neither one of them is winning. This guy, having just been zapped by lightning, is going to stumble 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 this way, and then drop prone. Another one of these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. And then they're just going to run in. Caliban. The guy whose grip you slipped out of is going to round so that they're on the other side of you to Everest. They raise their hand, and you watch as the metal parts of like splinters blossom out of their fingertips into kind of like sharp talons, but they come out of, instead of where the nail are, they come out of the fingertips, basically, where the flesh is. And he's going to swing and rake at you with them. 16 versus AC.
Misses.
Misses you, as you're able to like pull back slightly, even in Everest's grip. Goes wide. Clara.
Oh, there is someone around the corner from me. Is it 5? Yeah, I think it might be time for melee mode Clara.
Shifting into whip form.
Yeah, what form it is. I don't have anything fancy here, so it is just whip.
You like pull the whip back. There's so many people in here, Clara. Trying to get a good lash off is difficult. You just like hold it in position as they slip around, and Cerberus and this guy are in a tussle as well. It's just no good time to throw out the attack.
That is very fair.
Anything else from you, Clara, or just stick in there?
No, that'll be it.
Caliban. This guy has let go of your waist. You're free to move around. Everest has like released you from this crushing grip as well. You're just between two people on this rain-slicked parapet, having an awful time.
I'm just gonna start attacking Everest.
Okay, yeah, turning around and lashing at her. 15 misses. She catches your wrist, and you feel there's like some weakness in you. There's a connection between the metal in her and the metal in you, and there's like some degree of control she's trying to exert over you as your arm stiffens a little, swinging at her. Second dagger, she knocks it to one side and says, "Can't you see? You're fighting against yourself. Give in." It just sticks into the side of her head in the middle of a sentence as you swing one more time. Big, wild, 2 damage. You, like, scratch across her face. There's a little bit of blood. And she says, "Oh, and the radiant as well. That does stagger her Caliban. Who do you want to give a teamwork point to?"
I'll give a teamwork point to. I'll give one to Uther.
Okay, Uther gets 2 more points. And yeah, she's looking at you as you catch her with the blow. She says, "I can still bleed. I'm still far too human. But you..."
Action surge.
Yeah, you interrupt her, like, monologuing at you. Go ahead.
Punch your nose.
32 misses with 26 hits. Dagger sticks down into her gut. And another 3 points as well. As she, like, bends over a little, dagger in her stomach before eventually pulling it out. More blood gushes down her, like, beautiful robes, spills down, mixing with the blood, mixing with the rain. Anything else your turn, Caliban?
That'll be the end of my turn.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the end.
This guy up here, gonna hold an action to fire at someone if they see someone to pop out at. Actually, I'm trying to work out if they'd have an angle on Clara. I don't think so, but... No, they do. They will take the shot against Clara. 22.
Yeah, just funnily enough.
You do get caught by this one arrow, Clara. 5 damage.
Ow.
Severus may act as you desire, Clara. What would you like them to do?
Bite the man.
Legitimate?
Or woman. I don't know who's in front of me, but someone is.
Mm-hmm. The corrupted individual.
Oh my god.
Yeah, teeth sinks in, metal responds. I assume that's the rest. Yeah, cool. Adhera's turn.
I know that Caliban and Everest are at the top, right? Have I gleaned that from?
I mean, you can hear Everest's voice. She was like mid monologue when suddenly she like cut off. So you heard that.
Adhera's jaw tenses in anger. She is going to move past this man and Clara to step out. If that produces an attack of opportunity, I will take it.
Yes, they will use an attack of opportunity. 21.
That will hit.
You take 8 slashing and 6 necrotic. And as you pop out, a readied action to fire an arrow will go off at you.
Yes.
12 misses, I imagine.
That will miss.
Yep, that's...
I square up to this man in front of me.
Yeah,
How does he look?
He looks split in half. He's the one whose, like, clavicle was cut through. Like, his arm and his head going in 2 different directions. Like, shoulders peeling away from his body. That said, he's still moving towards you.
My eyes narrow, and...
Isn't he the one that's wrapped up, though, or did he get out?
You're right. He is wrapped up. He is restrained by the centipede as well.
Cool. One of my spectral arms goes out far to the side, and I think it is only at the last second, with fear, he realizes what I'm going to do. Using the reach effect, I am going to try and push him to the side with one of my attacks. How does shove work?
It is a contested... so you would have to use athletics, however you can use your wisdom modifier for that, yeah?
Charisma, yeah.
Charisma, sorry. And
so
I can use my dexterity, however I'm at disadvantage. No, wait. I would fail the dex one. I have to use strength.
Mm-hmm.
3.
I backhand him off this buttress.
Uther, your centipede.
Yes.
I think
Sorry, man.
think it would go over with him. I can't think that it would respond quick enough.
Yeah, it not fast enough because it's not a complicated construct.
Yeah. This guy tumbles off the edge. We're really far up.
Lowering my AC.
I don't think I even need to roll. This guy is smushed against the ground. He is gone.
And I continue stalking forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Brings me there.
Yeah, you're like... There's like a bigger archway here. This area was clearly designed to be like... The tower you were in before was defensive. This tower that you're in is like, hey, look out tower. Look around you. See stuff. So the window here is much bigger. It's the kind of thing you could easily squeeze out of it here. And you can see the conflict going down in the rain below. Dafer, you're in the... Oh, assume that's your turn, Atiria.
I am going to throw my scythe at him.
Oh, yeah, of course. You've still got your second attack. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
15 hits.
15? Alright, this will have Spirit Acid on it.
That is 8 points of damage. Couldn't take another hit like that as Caliban's kind of already worked him over with punches and kicks. Your weapon slices through him, but he's still fighting.
I think I am going to use my last spirit action to enter dodge very subtly. I am prepared to have to leap out of the way, and that will be my turn.
This guy here.
Oi!
Oh, sorry, Dafer. Yes, I forgot. Yeah, your turn.
Okay. So can I just move normally? Do I need to move around? Can I move straight down towards third hero?
You're where you should be. You may move as you please.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
There's an enemy there still. So there's a guy right in front of you there. Look.
I entirely missed that dude.
That's fair.
Okay.
He's a little dark on a dark background. I'll give you that.
Okay. I mean, I see this happening, so I entirely assume we are in combat.
Yes.
I don't know where Caliban is.
You can see Atira looking like she's about to dive out of a window at the far end of the corridor, I think.
Okay. Could I try to move past him?
I mean, you could... It's just a longer path, right? Yeah. So he's already taken his attack of opportunity. You just can't run straight through him.
Okay. I think in that case, given that Axel is still behind me, I'm pretty sure between the four of them, they got this dude.
Yes, fair enough.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I see Caliban.
Yes, you can see, like, as you're running forward, you get sight of him briefly, but would lose sight of him as you continued forward until you got to the main tower.
Okay. But I, have an idea of, him being surrounded.
Yes! Yeah, you absolutely see that. Yeah.
This has turned into a rescue teammate operation. In that case, without, any question asked, he is gonna, run forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, around Ahira 6. I'd like to jump off over if I can.
Yeah, give me an athletics check.
I would have, mid-sprint, I would have activated my overload.
In which case, with advantage.
Basically which would basically look like suddenly my aura expanding outwards with the rain no longer pelting.
Mm-hmm.
So, 29.
Would you like to land on top of this guy instead? It's up to you whether you'd like to. Because with a 29, yeah. Go ahead and just roll me damage as if you'd hit him with an attack. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. As if you'd, yeah, so Roll an attack roll and just deal damage as if you'd already hit. 7 points of damage is enough. Dafer, as you fling yourself out, you slam full body into the side of this guy, and he just ragdolls off the parapet down the side and disappears off into the distance. You are next to Caliban by the end of your turn, one target down. If you can't speak to me, just put whether you end your turn or not in the chat. Gotcha. It is this guy's turn. He's going to make a wisdom saving throw. He still can't bring himself to do it as he stands on the edge of this parapet and looks at himself, looks at the metal embedded into his arm. Brother Cooper kind of looks out at you, Adhira. No real response, Dafer. Brother Cooper looks out at you, Adhira, and begins to walk more towards the edge of the temple instead. It is Axel's turn. He is going to run, and he is going to attack this guy. Natural 20 and a 14 both hit. That is 20 points of damage and another 7. This guy is immediately slammed by the staff, folds, and is no longer moving. As Axel slides into his place and says, "What's going on? Why are the monks attacking us?"
This Everest is a nightmare.
And he's just going to want to continue running forward. Uther. I don't know if you're...
Sorry about that.
No worries.
No, I was out of the room, but I had my headphones on. Sorry. Oh. Oh, that's inconvenient. That's where I wanted to be. Yeah, I'm just going to do that. What is this fella doing?
He's looking at his hands, looking at the metal on his body, and walking towards the edge of the temple roof, more towards, looking like he might jump. He's not enjoying what he's done to himself. It looks to be Brother Cooper as well.
Okay. I can probably get to there, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump over here. That's how it looks, Dafer. How far is this? Because that would have been 25. How obscured is this pillar piece?
In what sense do you mean? Sorry, obscured from who?
If I was to use the hide action, would I be able to hide here?
Yes.
Then I will use my action to dash a little bit more forward because movement sucks, and then I'm going to use my cunning action to hide. As many...
Yes. Give me a
as
stealth check.
possible. Don't fail me now.
Between flashes of lightning, you move across the pillar and slide into place. You are hidden. That your turn, Uther, or have you got something more in mind?
That's move. That was...
Is that movement bonus action?
Movement action to move more.
Okay.
And That was the movement, action, movement, bonus action, hide.
Gotcha, gotcha. So that's you.
So that was a setup turn. Next person.
It is the weather's turn. Rain continues to pour. Any movement, you either move at half movement or you risk slipping it over in this rain. So if you're on any surface the rain is hitting, like if you're inside this tunnel, you're fine. But if you come out onto this roof or like where you are, Uther, it's rough terrain, or you can move normally and make a dex save against slipping. This guy on the roof here is going to fire a bow, I think, at Dayfra. Natural one misses. Second shot at Dayfra. 9 misses. This guy who's been
If
trying...
they're not missing, they're just like clinking off his face.
Yeah, well, I think the natural one would absolutely have just like rebounded off of the overload. The other one just goes wide. This guy who's been holding the door all this time is going to turn, and he's going to go 1, 2, 3, and that would be his turn. So I think I'm going to risk it. I'm going to move forward and make a dex save. 6. He slips, and he just ends his turn next to Dayfra prone as the rain, like the amount of water flowing over this middle section intensifies. Everest is going to... she's going to try and grab you with one hand again, Caliban. So she's going to make a strength check versus either your strength or acrobatics. 8 on my part. I assume you try and wear him out of it with acrobatics, but...
Yep.
13. Fine. She's just going to swing at you. Yes, they are slanted left and right. She's going to swing at you with one of these needles in her hand. 10 will miss. 20. Does 20 hit you, Caliban?
Nope.
She's got like these needles in each of her hands, and she's just making big haymaker swings, trying to jab one into your neck, trying to jab one into your thigh. You're managing to either block, push away, or otherwise have your shell barrier protect you as she's trying to put more of these needles in. She's not still holding him, no. This guy who dropped prone will spend half his movement to stand up, and then to not slip, he'll spend an action to dash and move back into position here. Clara.
Ooh. Do I have an Everest shot here?
Yeah, you do.
It's hard without knowing where the windows are.
Yeah, I know. I would say you do, and it's favoring you in this case because you're the one shooting out rather than in.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, I like favor. I will steady my aim and take the proper shots.
Unfortunately,
Yeah,
no.
No chance.
Yeah, in the melee with Caliban with the rain, the shot just doesn't connect. Happy there, Clara?
Yep, it's all good.
Caliban.
I'll stay here.
I'm gonna attack.
Yeah, go for it. 15. Again, there's this war inside yourself, Caliban. She's moving slower than you. You're better than her in a fight, but there's this internal struggle with the metal coursing through your bloodstream now is making things harder for you.
Alright, I am gonna try a fainting attack.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna use so it's gonna use up my bonus action as well, and my next attack will have advantage.
Yeah, go for it.
And yeah.
Yeah, she goes to dodge this, like, third attack that she thinks coming, and instead the blade, like, slips around in your hand, and you're able to drive it into her one more time. Hits.
Yep. It's gonna be 7. It's gonna add 3, and let me add my proficiency. Hold on. Is it my proficiency, or...
Is it?
Add my superiority die, my bad.
Oh, you get an extra bit of damage as well. Nice.
Yeah, if the attack hits, add the superiority die to the damage to the attack's damage
Yeah.
roll.
using sheer technique to get past this this like affliction that's been put on you. Trying to find the words. You're able to drive the blade into her once again. She's starting to slow down. Blood is leaking from her mouth down her chin, and you can see it's this. When petrol hits water, it's got this purplish sheen and it shifts color. That's what's dripping down her chin, hitting the rain, and then smearing down her clothes as it just like overflows from her jaw. But she still seems to have fight in her Caliban.
Ooh, okay. That'll be the end of my turn.
Be another Constitution saving throw.
Alrighty.
19. Dafer, as you're behind Caliban, kind of like paying attention to him, you watch as from Caliban's spinal column, where he was jabbed with his needle, a piece of metal is pushed out of his body and clinks to the floor, as it seems like something has been rejected from himself at present. This guy high up here is going to take a shot at Axel. With the +2 AC as well. Definitely not hitting Axel. Cerberus.
Time to go on a mission. How fast is Cerberus? 40 feet.
Best dog.
Yeah, I'm just gonna send him dashing over here.
Wings open, flies out through one of those windows, lands on the platform below.
That's my boy.
Atira.
Thumb running over the hydrophobic crystal I got from that one high-end Christom shop. Would it be a bonus action or an action to trigger it?
It's an action to... Well... No, it would be a bonus action. It would be a bonus action to use that one.
She quickly fingers it, sort of thumb activating it, and she will walk confidently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I would like to try and slug Everest right in the face.
Yeah, absolutely. With the rain kind of bouncing off of you, moving out the way for you, you're able to run up without any issue. 26 hits. Wham! Your fist slams into the side of her face, her head snaps to the side unnaturally, and then it rotates towards you, just as you recall it doing when she caught you snooping.
I am going to make my second swing a push. I would need... Yeah, I can make a contested check.
Yeah, that's right. So your athletics based on charisma. 15 from me. If it's offensive, it's meted to beat it. You do succeed. She is shoved back 5 feet this way. Give me 1 second. I will have her make a dex save. 9. She slides down to here in the rain, and she is prone. As she gets...
Welcome to the human race, bitch.
It gets slid back all the way down and like slams up against one of these columns. Anything else to hear?
That's my turn.
Dafer. Unsure if your mic's working again, but I can't hear you, at least at present. Sorry, but it doesn't seem to be working. Oh, I got a clip of you there. Yeah, there we go, you gotcha.
I swear to Christ. Okay. Dave is gonna pat Caliban on the back. Say, good to see you, Will. Or better, at least. And then, sliding down this thing is gonna be... Sam, if I jump over and then slide down, does it technically count as part of my... Actually, I wouldn't be moving carefully. I can still stand up.
I would say that if you want to slide down, it's a deck save, and danger sense would apply, so you would have advantage.
I was about to suggest that I basically like sit down, like just try to like feet positioned so that whatever column there is that is down there, I can just brace against and like push up. So like it's essentially me dropping prone to like do this safely and then stand up again.
It would take your full movement to get down there if you wanted to do it that way. Yes, you could.
Okay. You know what? Nah. I wanna do this dangerously because I want to grapple her.
Yeah. So deck save with advantage.
Here.
DC's 12.
Advantage. Here.
Yeah. You like jump and literally like slide down on your feet, and then when you get to the bottom, no movement used whatsoever. Well, just the 5 feet to jump over, so you've got the rest of your movement left.
Okay. I stride forward towards Everest if I can.
Yeah, and she's prone at the moment.
Yeah, I'd like to like grab her by the scruff of her neck, if I can. Like just still keeping it down there.
Yeah.
Just, I want to grapple her.
Contested strength.
To have a solid.
8. I rolled so bad.
So that.
She's got a good strength score as well.
Athletics.
Yeah, you absolutely get hold of her as she's trying to recover from being shoved down here by Atira.
Okay. And if I were to like hold her up decently, Clara would have once again like a decent shot path, would she?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you'd be picking her up from prone, but she would be grappled, right? Like that's what would happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the main point is that right now Clara does not have a good shot path.
Yeah, I mean, I guess what you're saying is you want to lift her up because you want to hold her up above the arc of the roof, right? You'd have to climb a little bit more, but you've got the movement to do that if you wanted to.
Yeah, would like to.
So if you, you're like,
here.
like there. As Clara, you lose sight of them for a second, and all of a sudden, you just see Everest's head come up above, and you can just see the gauntlet with Dayfra holding Everest up in line of sight for your shot.
Not ever touch my friend, and I would like to knock her in the face. That would be a melee attack.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd say this is reckless enough, given I'm not restraining her hands or anything.
Yeah, go for it.
So that's overload. That's just siege. That's at advantage. That is a miss.
Your fist impacts her face. It crunches. It just doesn't seem to do anything to her. Like in a grand sense.
However, I'm keeping her restrained as is. Oh, well, not restrained, grappled as is. In a nice clear shot path for Clara. So that's reparation. Yeah.
The Cooper. That's wisdom save. He looks up at you, Clara, through the rain and everything, and says sorry, and he throws himself from this building and disappears into the darkness. Gone. It is Axel's turn. He's going to go 1, 2, 3. He's got his staff, so he's going to use the wire system and swing across. He's going to swing to here. But that will be his turn. Uther.
Well, most of the fighting down here has moved, so that's slightly unfortunate for my positioning. What are these are combatants, yeah?
Yeah, they're firing arrows at you in said group of individuals.
I can go from here to here pretty easy, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like a big open window you can climb through.
Well, I mean, I'm not necessarily mean climbing the window. I mean climbing from whatever this thing is to
Onto the roof of that? Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be half movement, so rough terrain, but it's already rough terrain because of the water, so I guess it would take double movement, actually, because you can't stack rough terrain. It's 10 foot to there.
Okay, so 20 foot to here. I'm going to put my sword away to climb. Am I still technically hidden, or did moving break the hide?
I think the attention is enough on Everest that you're fine from moving there. If there was a more general fight, I would say it would have broke it.
Alright, I want clarification on a mechanic.
Yeah.
Let me just put it there. It has to be different targets.
Yes.
We specified that it had to be different targets.
Yes.
Now, if I attack... Oh, I don't want to drag that. If I attack this guy, shift this guy, can I shift back to this guy, or would I have to try to shift to that
You'd
guy?
have to try and hit a third target.
Okay,
yeah. You'd have to go for the third target.
Gotcha. Okay. Shoot. What was the range?
On thrown stuff, it's usually 20-60.
That's what I thought.
So the third person would be at disadvantage, but you could make the shot.
I could do God.
Waldorf, if it's any consolation, I fully believe you can beat it next. Snake Eyes.
Oh. Well, yeah, I know I could beat it. It's just, how far? You're 45. You're.
I think it's 2040 is how, or 2060.
Yeah, that's.
I think it's 2060.
And you are 100 feet away. Henry, do you have a problem with me using the revolver multiple times in a turn? Or would it have to be different weapons for the sake of that feature?
Attack twice. So you could gun disc if you wanted to.
Okay, yeah, that's shit. Okay then. Want to gun the furthest guy and disc these two then?
Yeah, absolutely. Taking a shot at the furthest.
Oh. Yeah. Submit. I am hidden still, so that would be
Advantage?
yes.
Jesus Christ, yeah, that hits.
Oh my god!
Yeah, this guy falls off into the dark. Uther, you shoot a man with a gun and he dies. It makes sense.
Shocking. I assume that breaks hidden. I assume
mean, it's
so
loud. Yeah, it's pretty loud up here.
And that's a long throw, so disadvantage. 9 misses.
Yeah.
The next one is also a disadvantage, because that's also a long throw. 10, that's going to miss him.
Yeah, 10 does miss, unfortunately.
I will use a little bit more movement to duck back around this side. Did not be as clear of a shot, and that'll be me.
Okay. Let's see what the weather says. The weather says... What's number 4? Oh, that's the heavy crosswind. So ranged attacks, disadvantage. Although technically Clara shooting this direction is fine. So like going this way. So for your Everest attack it would be okay. But shooting this way would be a problem for anyone firing ranged attacks
Okay.
anyway. Speaking of, this guy's going to try and take a shot against I think Dafer, but with disadvantage because of the wind. Oh, and advantage because of your reckless attack, so straight roll. 19 Dafer, I think, hits. You take 4 piercing damage because of overload. This guy next to Axel will spend half his movement to stand up and will lash out at Axel. 13 misses. Empress is grappled. She's no longer prone. She is going to... I think she's just gonna all-out attack Dafer. Like, blind, zealous rage against Dafer. 26, 23, and 26 again. That's 18, 13, and 15, but they're all halved, right? So that's 9, 7, and 7. No, 9, 6, 7. Total of 22 points of damage, Dafer. She reaches out, she like crushes Dafer, sinks her teeth in, but obviously Dafer's shell barrier is a sturdy construct. Archer on the roof. I think this one is going to fire at Axel at disadvantage. 9 misses. Clara.
Well, I am being given a shot, so I might as well take it.
Yeah.
I will do the usual steady aim, turn on all my switches.
That would be an 11.
I don't think I can rescue that.
You do have a teamwork point if you wanted to call someone in. Otherwise, yeah, I think that's...
I will... Yeah, I'll let Dafer do his thing.
Dafer, the shot comes, and to a degree, Everest is sort of expecting it, with you putting all that effort into lifting her, so she ducks her head. Unfortunately, another punch to the face, Dafer, results in a very ineffectual sort of damage that occurs to her. That your turn, Claire?
Yep.
Caliban. The pressure is off of you. However, the fight continues. What would you like to do?
Getting back into the pressure.
Getting back into the pressure, yeah.
Oh god.
1, 2.
I gotta go back.
Is this a slide down or is this?
I mean, you've got wings, Caliban.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
As you leap off and you're like, time to slide, and you glide instead. You just slide.
Oh man, I can't wait for him to start doing gravity punches.
20 hits.
Good distance, Angel Boy. It's usually one.
So that's 10 points of damage, and she is once again staggered. Who do you want to give a teamwork point to, Caliban?
I'll give one to Dafer.
Okay, David gets a point. No longer fighting against some sort of strange extra effect, no longer being the one who's surrounded. The tables have completely flipped as Dafer holds her still. Your dagger finds her back and pushes in right where she stabbed you with that piece of metal. It's still your turn. 23 hits as well. Another 9 points of damage. She does not look to be doing well as your dagger punches in twice. Is this the candle dagger or the... or not?
This is the candle dagger.
Okay. Leaving these deep burning wounds in her back. You can almost see the very essence of her soul, the very existence that she has, withering at the touch of your blade. She is not going to last long like this, Caliban.
The offhand dagger is just the normal dagger.
10 is not as effective against her reinforced skin. That your turn, Caliban?
That'll be all.
This guy on the tower, he's going to fire at disadvantage at Adhera. 17 Adhera.
That'll hit.
7 piercing damage.
I am going to deflect missiles using reactions.
Of course.
6 + 2 + 1d10.
You can't not deflect it, yeah.
Yeah, I think she's facing
throw it
Empress,
back?
and as this guy knocks the arrow, like, one of the arms just reactively, like, snaps it, and she just doesn't look at it. She cannot toss it back.
Yeah, Terminus gets rid of it before you even care that it's approaching. It just gets swept aside. Cerberus is next to a target.
Ooh, right. Maybe one of us can learn something.
21 hits!
Haha.
That is... Yeah, all of that goes through. Still taking poison damage as well. And do they need to make that con save as well, yeah?
Yep.
They are poisoned. Even this, like, sickly green dot. Oh, it seemed to have disappeared the moment I touched it. So I'm just going to give him a normal green dot. Poisoned. No longer, sluggishly moving around. Venomed. That's Cerberus' turn.
Yes.
Which mouth has the poisonous bite? Is it all three? Is that poisonous peck? Or is that... I hadn't thought about that until that exact moment.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't know, and this is based on my... I suppose I don't really understand how chimeras would decide that.
I think the bear makes the most sense to me. I feel like the gold dragon would be upset with anything other than fire coming out of its mouth, and the bird has a beak. Is my so yeah.
The bird would be
The weirdest one, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna say the bear bite has the It's just got like Komodo dragon disease breath. Yeah. Okay. Adhera.
Adhera is going to 1, 2, and I think because she has the hydrophobic, I don't know if this really aids or not, but I assume she's, through her street thief antics, has slid over a roof before. She's gonna slide down. Does this help or hinder travel?
Technically, you can't slide as easily, but you've got the movement speed to move down the slope anyway, basically,
okay.
Adhera. So I think it just works out that you can get there for sure, and there's no risk of slipping.
That would be the saddest thing, like to jump on a roof confidently thinking you're to slide and then just go like...
Yeah, like, slip, slip a little bit, but, like, after watching everyone else, like, actual slip and slide it, you just, like, stick it.
Just wiggling the rest of the way. She is going to start punching Everest.
Yeah, go for it.
First hit.
Hits. 7 points of damage. Head snaps back in a way that actually seems to hurt her, and you watch as you see through the broken section of the neck, there's like metal that's running all the way down the spine, and you can kind of like see it through a gaping hole in like the neck area. Like she's fully laced with this stuff.
She's gonna make 2 more attacks with her normal attack and bonus action hit. So first one, 15.
15 misses, unfortunately.
And I will make 1 attack with my regular hand.
24 hits. Is there anything you want to say to Everest before she's gone?
No.
She turns to you.
There's just disdain.
you see this look of hatred, and then your fist connects with her jaw, and as if she was made of like Lego pieces or something, you hit some important part of her, and in Dafer's grip, she falls apart. The hand comes off, the finger, all of them connected by these little strands of metal that just seem to wither away to dust as she drops and scatters across the rooftop, gone. Caliban, in that moment, you have a choice. You can use your reaction to stab her with the dagger, or let her pass naturally.
I'll let her pass naturally.
Okay. You stay the dagger, and you allow her soul to move from her body into whatever an afterlife is. No one really knows. I think with this, the others would surrender. I do not know what you would like to do about that or not. The ones up here are able to drop pieces of metal that seem to be like... They haven't embedded it in their body. They were using it like some sort of adaptive weapon. This guy who's poisoned by Cerberus definitely has this metal inside of himself.
Dave, for Dave, the protocol would be at the very minimum, like knock them out and round them up together.
Yeah. Axel will use the wire aspect of his staff, like what the only remaining piece of functioning tech that he's got, to wrap up this guy. But yeah, it sounds like combat's come to a close at least. So let me pull us out of that.
How badly does Caliban look, and now that the heat of danger has passed?
Caliban, give me one last con save.
Boy, let's see.
25.
Built wrong.
Somewhat like a drowned rat. However, like the major damage that's been done to Caliban is like his outfit. Like he's had like the back of his clothing torn open, and you can see that there are already scars forming like in the skin of his back. But otherwise, he looks mostly okay, Atira.
Ed here is going like a reach out with concern, and then after petting and seeing that he is being the most Caliban, she is just going to offer him a small smile, saying, "Glad you're still in one piece."
I suppose so.
Axel like lifts up this one guy over his shoulder and says, "I'm not sure how good tying this one up is going to be. It seems like they can take themselves apart somewhat, but this is the best I've got."
You've never seen this kind of transformation before, have you?
No, I wasn't aware that the material could do this. I don't know why they would consider embedding it into themselves, but it seems they did.
How do you measure our chances of getting that dude back to the academy?
Next to them says it's going to be hard to keep him unconscious the whole way, unless they've got some sort of sedative plant maybe that can keep him unconscious.
I'd be happy to try.
Work.
He'll pick up the single metal shard that was ejected from Caliban's, back, from the sort of parapet where he is, and says, "We should make sure none of these are left around."
Agreed.
already seen they can't properly be trusted with leaving them here.
I think it might be best if we box it all up or find some way of transporting it back to the city.
Yeah. I don't particularly care about the other three. Just this one. Like, personally, I'm not, like, I don't care if he heals or not, but I want info on this kind of transformation if we're gonna see it again.
Axel nods. Says, there are more arcanely equipped prisons that we can keep this guy in the city. I think that's the best we can really hope for.
Then it's just a matter of how do we keep him knocked out along the way.
It's the main question. The others, maybe we can take them to the local settlement to be imprisoned instead. I'll see what Sympathy has to say.
Just this guy I really want. I'm not keen on. I think somebody like this, Rome, would really.
Axel nods and says, he's a danger. We need to make sure that he's as minimal danger as possible. He puts a hand on your shoulder, Caliban, and says, it's good to see you're okay.
I nearly didn't make it out of there.
Did she say what she wanted with you?
She wanted to stab me with pins, with scourge-based pins, and tried to ascend me into whatever kind of half-scourge, half-angel kind of fuckery.
Well, that's horrifying.
Yeah, it almost worked. I got out the needles. I'm fine, I think.
All the same, maybe we should have someone take a look at you.
Probably.
Clara, you mind looking at the wound?
I can look at it. There's not much I'm going to be able to do for it.
Just...
Still have some healing energies left in the tank, if that is of any concern.
You'd
Potential
probably
8,
be
I'm
better
not
off
sure about
using
this.
that. I have no idea what the material is. It's out of my control.
Well, on the bright side, we purged several radicals from a group that's just trying to seek knowledge, I guess.
Well, the fact that they were not aware of these radicals does not thrill me. Caliban, turn around. I want to see where she stabbed you.
It's already
yeah, sure.
scarring over.
That's fine. I just want to see what happens if I do this. So I can put my hand on where the scar is forming and I pump one dice of healing light into him just to see if his body reacts to that in any manner. I think point.
Let's see.
A very small amount of tiny shards do pinprick through Caliban's skin and wash away in the rain. The very last of what was in Caliban seems to be pushed out by this healing magic.
I never thought that runic energy can come in so handy. At least I think this is runic energy. Not entirely sure. That's the on the back.
Axel says, maybe we should have a look around, make sure we've got every piece. There might be more shards laying around somewhere on this rooftop.
Hinder, I'm gonna go try to track down the guy that got shoved in the jumper.
Okay, yeah. You want to head down to the outside and take a look around?
Yeah.
I will assist in any way I can.
Give me a survival check, Uther.
Oh shit. And here, you say you want to help in any way possible. What's your survival?
+1.
Shit, it doesn't matter then.
Nat 20. Nat 20.
Yeah, just nat 20
Uh,
forehead.
Just roll that 20.
Is it advantage because Adhira is
Yeah.
helping?
Yeah. You guys can cover more ground together, that's for sure. 12. Looking around, you find the guy that slid off. Looking for Brother Cooper, you find him sat in a flower bed, looking disoriented as he looks around. He looks at you and says, "I'm alive."
Holy shit, you're alive!
Well, that
That's like-
complicates things minorly.
50, 100 feet? How far is that?
You look up, tall. Like, this is it's a big building. It's like a cathedral, but with an added tower on top. Like, it's huge.
Well, shit. Up and at him. Let's see what sympathy wants to do with you.
He stands up and says, "I submit myself to her judgment. I feel." He lifts up his hands and looks at them. There's no shard in his wrist whatsoever. He's devoid of the metal.
Huh.
Can I feel the ground around where he landed? Like maybe they popped out of the impacts? Maybe.
Give me an investigation check, Atira. All you find is a sort of grey metal dust. It looks like it disintegrated. There's some residual energy here that you can feel, but you can't place it. It feels familiar and yet also uncommon to you, I guess is the way I would describe it.
What kind of flower garden do they have around the back like this?
It appears to be daisies.
That's weird, but Empress is gone.
She was always a strange woman. But when she was talking to me earlier, she made a lot of sense. And now, all I can remember is the monster that she looked like near the end. That I look like.
Hera opens her mouth to say something, but realizes she doesn't have any words to bring comfort to this man, and falls in step behind him.
Well, you didn't hurt anyone, so...
He nods.
You were clearly showing regret, so... We'll see what happens.
Yeah, maybe we'll earn you some brownie points.
Kind of frowns at you, Atira, unsure what the fuck that means. Like, both in like a general and specific sense, he's got no clue what that means.
I genuinely like to believe that some of the weirdest stuff Adhira says.
It's like Lamshi.
Anachronistic.
Yeah.
Either Lamshi or it's an effect of like a spirit giving her strange sayings.
Or just mistranslations.
Yeah.
You get used to the things that come out of her mouth.
You join back
Sometimes.
up with the group carrying, carrying the prisoners essentially, and you see like Axel.
How fucked up was my centipede?
Give me an Arcana check. Let's see how well you made it.
Dust. Oh. Quizzing myself.
18.
Not
It's
bad.
doing okay. You've got the plus 1d4.
Oh, shit.
Uther, it looks like it let go mid-drop, so it's separated from the body, and then, it's like a flat object. It sort of, like, spread the impact over a grassy patch. It's completely intact.
I
It works. The shock
It-
absorption works.
I'm
And I just,
sorry
like,
about
wrap,
that.
and I just like wrap it around my neck.
I
I
love
gotta give it a name now.
I love that, like, yeah, the nerd's first response is, wow, my security protocols, nice. Like, just, but yeah, Brother Cooper walks around with you as the rest of the group is, like, leading a procession of prisoners into the main hall, and he, like, raises his hands and says, I am no threat, I apologize for earlier, I should never have listened to Everest.
Clara
He
is
got
going to
divine
walk over.
intervention hard.
Clara's going to walk over to him, and stomp on his foot.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'm sorry.
I thought about doing worse, but I understand how easy it is to get pulled into something like that. My brother suffered much of the same fate. Slightly less esoteric, though. Can I ask Uther and Adhira to make a perception check?
I'm great at those. I'm not great at those.
I,
He's worse though, so.
I mean, I think 10 is real.
I should not be that bad. I should not be that bad at those. What the fuck happened there?
Clara has a daisy tucked behind one ear.
Huh. Imagine that.
Dafer would
Yeah, I'm just
look
going to mention that we found him in a flower bed.
Dafer would look over Brother Cooper with like fairly analytical, cold, like none of the joviality that he might have seen before or whatever. All of it gone. Just a fairly icy, analytical gaze. Were you one of the ones that had metal cards in them?
I did, but they're gone. I woke up in a flower bed, and I was more than unharmed. I seem to have been cured.
That
Something tells me
Dafer's
I got us to thank for that one.
Dafer's eyes narrow at that. Well, I don't particularly believe in that. Show me the stab wound.
Sure. He puts both his arms out. You see completely intact, like, wrist areas, forearms where they had been jabbing themselves. This is where Everest put them in, here and here. I think...
Also managed to let... Okay. One of his arms grabs, like, one of the impact, the incision wounds, and he dumps his last healing light die into him just to see if, like, any more metal residue comes out or not.
Yeah, go ahead. Nothing happens to his arms, but he says, my foot feels better.
Not seeing any metal cards like come out. That might also have been because Caliban is kind of unique.
I honestly don't know what happens.
There's at least a chance you're not.
I feel myself. I don't know how to describe it. When that metal was in me, I felt disconnected from myself. Like everything was slower. It was like messages took longer to move through my body, and in the meantime, someone else was moving me, or something else.
Paper takes his head. That's whatever. I'm satisfied so far. I don't think we need. Yeah, this is fine.
You guys, I guess, head to Sister Sympathy with, the survivors and the prisoners. Axel would explain, it seems a subset of your members here, led by Everest, attempted to corrupt Caliban by using some of the material left over from the creature we destroyed. Sympathy kind of lowers her head slightly in thought and says, Everest was so strong of will, stubborn to a fault. Some part of me looked up to her. She was always so sure. I can't believe something like this could happen. And yet, some part of me isn't surprised. She looks up at Cooper and says, "What are you doing here?" I was one of the stupid people that followed her. I guess I got lucky, or maybe a miracle. Don't know which is more likely.
He's got no shards. We found him confused in a flower bed after falling from the roof.
Sympathy nods, says, I'm just glad to see you're okay. But what of the others? Are they safe?
By the others, you mean us? I mean, we're doing fine. By the others, you mean these prisoners?
We're right here, we're fine.
Yeah.
Well,
they are various levels of hurt, and if you're looking for anyone remaining, they are bodies.
I know you see them as prisoners, but I've known these people most of my life. She walks forward to like one of the unconscious people and kneels down and says, I know that they, I don't know, planned on betraying me. I just can't help. I can't help worry about them. Axel says,
People.
Oh, go on.
Is she not in front of the last person who infected themselves?
No, she's now in front, like, of one of the people that dropped their weapons. So they were all, like, knocked out, I think, and tied up. So you know, they're all somewhat unconscious.
There's one last person who infected themselves. In her last moments, Empress became fully undone, crumpled away into metal dust. It could be important to keep an eye on this man.
I don't think we have the facilities to imprison people here, Axel says, but the town does. You wanted to open this place up to outsiders. Maybe some sort of fair exchange could be made. These three could be imprisoned, and you would allow them access. She says, I think now more than ever I realize I need outside help. If you're willing to speak on my behalf, Axel, then I would take your offer. Axel nods.
You could come to a sort of mutually beneficial arrangement in case of, like, they can provide some security to some degree, and you could see if you can contribute food produce or the like. I believe you produce enough.
There are some things that we make in abundance here that they might be interested in. And one of the attendants of the Angelariums outside has reported that one of our guardians has gone inert as well. Only one of the statues seems to be functioning anymore. For what reason, I don't know, but protection is an ever-growing concern. Once again, I am in your debt, thank you. And I am sorry for what has been done to you, Caliban. I would not have wished you such harm or struggle.
Well,
I think I'll be fine. Thank you.
You are
Gives like a raggedy short bow.
You are a resilient individual. I am better for of meeting you all. Thank you, all of you. Please.
If I may make a request, I am touched by your compassion. However, this one, like I point out the one with like that had metal shards in him, will have abilities that could prove quite troublesome if he actually regains conscience. If you have anything that actually can keep people in a sedative state in some manner, that would be appreciated. Otherwise, we'll see what I can do.
Brother Timney tends the herb garden. He's in charge of our stock of plants. I admit I have very little knowledge of what could or could not be used for such a thing, but if we have it, it is available to you. And you plan on taking this individual with you. Is that the case? You mentioned imprisonment for these three, but nothing on this. Well, nothing for Liam.
I don't think there's anything that can be done here for him here.
He's potentially dangerous.
She walks forward and puts her hand on his hair and like brushes it out of his face to look at his face and says, please take care of him as best you can.
See what we can do.
She bows to you and says, I'll have the three you tied up watched and put in one of the storerooms, and in the meantime, if one of you would like to speak to Brother Timney, I'm sure he'll be able to help with the sedation that you requested. It has been a strange week.
It's been
I suppose you're right. A strange couple of days.
I thought we were already going overboard with how much we did on our mission. Apparently it was not enough.
Axel smiles and says, there's always more.
Kira's going to fold up her scythe, the blade sort of like clinking down into a reserved position. She sort of uses it like a little bit of a crutch / walking stick. Cloak shell disappears. I'm gonna go back to bed, and I would prefer not to be woken. Please and thank you. And she will slowly hobble off.
Okay.
Well, now I want to play loud music.
You guys all get a short rest in. You can spend whatever resource you would like to in order to heal or whatever you get back.
I will reveal my final trick up my sleeve.
Lying?
Just
No,
keels.
I have
Uther just keels over it.
Guys, I have a crystal that I have not used yet.
Ah.
Bucket
Oh my
prayer
god.
of healing.
Oh my god. The prep. So that's
I knew I was going to get my shit beat.
2d8 plus mod. Go for it.
Casting mod is what? Int? Yeah, we'll say int. I think it's int. So that's 2d8 plus 2?
Yeah. Sounds right. Oh, wait, that's a d12. Oh, that's Dayfra. You confuse me so much. 13.
All right.
Nice.
How many?
I'm wonderful.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, everybody can get that.
Nice.
13. 1 second. I'm going to make a quick check at disadvantage.
Yo, my health is at 67.
Okay, she still stays.
I'm not doing it.
Delete yourself.
still have less health than me.
Uther, please.
I'm sorry.
Uther.
What?
Uther, please. That's still a 1, luckily, Uther. You
I
can't.
was not too far off with saying Uther just died.
Yeah.
I will say, also, just in case, I still have this. I have
Oh.
a couple of charges of the healer kit left. I think I have 3.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's fucked
I mean,
up. I'm
I-
screenshotting that.
I'm
I think
gonna
I
say
already have
this.
mine.
I started the fight with 17 HP, and just with the second wind alone, I ended the fight with 25.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
Wrong.
Technically, they weren't
Can't-
trying to damage you, so I'll take that solace in my heart. That's my.
A villain can't monologue with Caliban. Like, the moment they
Yeah.
start going off, we're gonna look over and see, like, a bunch of green numbers popping out. And kicks in.
Keep monologuing. I'm entering phase 2.
I think that's a good place to leave it for the session, unless there's anyone who wants to squeeze in anything, and we'll pick up with you guys in the journey back next week.
I just question, Sam.
Yeah.
Should I have rolled deception there? Because Dafer wasn't like he mentioned the entire there's nothing that can be done here for him. But overall, Dafer does not give a shit how this dude lives. This is mostly about battle intel and nothing else.
I think. Yeah, give me a deception check for the second part, because it wasn't the first part that you were really lying about. It was the I'll do what I can part, really.
I mean, one thing that's not a lie.
Oh,
He
then
is,
then
like,
you're then
I
you're
want him to
technically
get back.
then you're fine. Yeah, I think that she understands that you're being professional about it. I think that's how she would interpret your coldness, Dafer.
It's okay because like I was mostly lying by omission.
Mission, yeah.
Not stating my true statement,
But-
my true intention. Just
Yeah, you're not doing it to look after him. You're doing it because you want to understand what this is. But I think that the clinicalness of that state, like the way that you said it, would have come across as like a professionalism to her rather than anything else. So I think you're good. We'll leave it there. Time to go.
Oh,